And now, live from the studios of Freedom's Phoenix, Ernest Hancock.
Believe me when I say we have a difficult time ahead of us. But if we are to be prepared for it, we must first shed our fear of it. I stand here without fear because I remember that I am here not because of the path that lies before me, but because of the path that lies behind me. I remember that for 100 years we have fought these machines. And after a century of war, I remember that which matters most. We are still here! Today, let us make them remember. We are not afraid!
Interfered. Okay, guys, I get the mic set and levels and so on. We're still working. I got another microphone put in, cameras and camera stuff. We're on the Love Bus. Welcome to Claire, your Independence of me, Ernest Hancock here in Phoenix, Arizona, on the Love Bus, on the beautiful studios of the Love Bus. What we're going to have in the second and third hour, Tim Picciot's going to come in and explain it to us on, whatever. I'm thinking that any profession that requires a license or permission slip from government, or you're going to get be able to help people with the permission of, that those days are going away. Even it starts with just in the mind, just opinion of people. They're going, that's kind of, and then it just kind of goes away. Or it gets worse, and it could easily get worse. There's a whole bunch of worse that could happen, and it may very well. So what we're going to do is we'll go over some of the news and everything. Derek and his son David left this morning at 6 a.m. And what happened was this May 1st thing, he was looking at flights back, Sunday or Monday, Tuesday, whatever. We still got some more stuff to do on the bus, some heavy, greasy, grimy gopher guts on the steering thing. And he was going to stay a little bit, and then there were no flights back to Bangor, Maine. He's like, look, they don't have any. Man, I better get on it. So he took out this morning, and then they started to add it a little bit. Maybe Sunday they'll get some, and more they'll get some. Because, they can't keep operating at a loss, you and two other people. I was on a plane with 6 people, So it's, and then, one that's got like 300 or 737, I don't know, it carries a lot of people, and there was like 24. So this is there's so many, but give me my bailout, man. It's all good. Give me my bailout. And you should be sheltering at home. Oh, my God, you're on the freeway. We went out to Bob Anderson's out in Tonopah yesterday, which is like 50 miles, west of Phoenix, out in the desert. And on the way back, out there and on the way back, man, it was like busy traffic. I'm like, woo, I'm so proud of Arizona. You guys just get them cars out on the road. But everywhere you go, there's a sign. Be safe, shelter in place, stay home. COVID-19, we can beat it together. Why are you out here? If you're reading this sign, you're too free. Whatever it was. So if this isn't the biggest psyop or experiment ever, planetary, to think this isn't a planetary, they, them, those planetary, do you feel me now? I'm wow. This is, as wow as this is, I just can't muster up enough surprise. It's a course. Because, of course, this is what they got to do and how they want to do it, and they're going to do it. And then, there's some forces out there. It's the internet. They got to get control of them internets. And I don't think they can. We're coming to a conclusion on getting, everything here ready. It's going to be, like weeks, not months anymore, but weeks and days. We get stuff done. There's things we have to get done. I have to change the steering box. It just floats too much, It's got a little too much play. It's old. And found a place that redoes and got to take it out today, send it, ship it. They do it, bring it back. Matter of fact, we ordered the wrong box, I didn't mean for Donna the horse, she's Johnny on the spot, man. Boom, got it. I said, no, I was just sending the word a place to get them. I didn't mean, get it. I got to, make sure it's the right one first. But so talk to the guys, and they're really cool. That was one thing. Just around the country and all this, people have been pretty cool. The service, retail, behind-the-counter people, they're okay on the most part, but quality help, though, when you're at the hardware store and stuff like that, that just, man, give me a freaking robot. Just I ask, I show a part, where's this? You ain't got nothing on that. It's nice to have somebody that knows what they're doing, show you around, tell you. Those guys are far between. And they're the only ones, 1 out of 20 guys, that can cut and thread pipe for you. Use the plywood sawing thing. Cut you some wire. Oh, I don't know, we got to get the guy that knows what's going on guy, Well, train everybody. I mean, we're kind of shorthand. I blame you. You're the manager. I blame you. You are to blame. This is, from my experience, my crews, you have crews of, 30, 80. I've had over 100 in a restaurant before. And the thing that you do is you cross-train. I mean, you got some people that can't, man, okay, you better be expert on dishes because there's a whole bunch of dish, washers that want to take your job. But you get a lot of cross-trained people, and they got specialties, but they overlap into them. But no, I'm a guy. I only know how to stand here at the self-checkout thing, to help you self-checkout because, this computer's a pain in the ass. So there's some places for automation. That's going to sweep in. And, no, thank you. I'll use the robot. Thank you very much. One of the things that I thought was interesting, and I'm surprised they haven't been deployed yet or as much. When I was at Consumer Electronics Show a few years ago, Lowe's had robots that you would go up and you show a part, and they go, yeah, this over here, let me take you. They wheel and you're following, Doctor Who's little, what do you call them, the droid black domey kind of robot things, and they take you, have a screen, and they'll tell you what it is and where, is this right, it's kind of, you're doing Google searches or whatever for their store, and I don't mind, I just want customer service. I mean, it'd be nice to have a Bucks and Babe from Bigford Tools telling you, here, let me show you how to use this impact, but, but just get me what I need and get me out of here. Well, then scan me as I walk through the door and do my card, and I don't even have to, and I'm gone. You want to get to that, fine, bring it on. But what they had is one that these robots that you have tablets on. The tablets go on, and you'll have somebody there. It's an actual human being. Well, what they were doing is the plan was, I don't know why they haven't done it yet, they need to get on it, is you would have a retired senior citizen that, in the industry 40 whatever years knows what the heck is going on, and he would greet you at the end of the aisle. You go up and you say, oh, hey, I'm Fred. I'm here at home chilling, have my coffee, and, I can help you get what you need, and let's rock and roll. I got my, the layout of the store. I know where everything's on the shelves. I've been doing this gazillion years, been working here for 6 months, and I know where all the stuff is on the shelf, and I got a camera, and I can see, and, and I got a little periscope thing. I can go up on the shelf and look, and I kind of, what can we do? Let's get a rock and roll and whatnot. And I'm going, woo, that's what we need to do. And you go in, and you show them the part, or you ask them whatever question. They walk you through stuff. They take you over to the thing. It's like you got an assistant there, and it's some disabled, World War II vet of Korea, of Vietnam, of whatever the heck, that, worked in the electrical industry for God knows how long, sit there and chat it with you, and then we all done? Go, peace out, goes the next guy. You have a whole bunch of them. And people that know, explain, and you're employing people, and they don't have to even be there. They're not getting COVID or anything. They're sitting at home chilling, doing their job, just doing your job. See, these kinds of things I don't have a problem with. And this was described in the book Probability Approach by L. Neil Smith. I was younger and reading science fiction, late 70s, he wrote this. He goes, anybody that can blink once for yes and twice for no for quality control that, is in, paraplegic, quadriplegic, or whatever, will have a job in a robust free market. What are we going to have now? They're just waiting for their check.
Are you feeling confused about the current economic reports that dominate the headlines? Not sure if this is a good time to buy or sell your home, or feel like the process can be overwhelming and confusing? This is Donna Hancock with Silver Alliance Realty in Phoenix, Arizona, and I can take some of the guesswork out of the home buying or selling process, providing you with market trends in your area and detailing what to expect before, during, and after the process. A home is a place where the most important moments in your life happen, so making sure that you know exactly what to expect along the way helps to ensure that you have control. The future is here, so let me help you move forward with your real estate needs. Being in the real estate business for almost 20 years now has afforded me knowledge of the market, networking with industry specialists along the way. Now more than ever, you need an agent that can help you make sense of what many think is a complicated and mysterious process. Feel free to call or message me at 602-828-1819. That's 602-828-1819. or visit my webpage today at donnahancock.com.
This is the Liberty Radio Network, broadcasting the latest liberty-oriented audio content 24 hours a day at LRN.FM.
Roads? It's the Ernest Hancock Show. Where we're going, there aren't any roads.
Yeah, what businesses are going to survive? Who should? What industries? How is retail and commerce going to be? Customer service. Oh, keep 6 feet away. Social distancing. We can't have peaceful assembly if you're too close. How is this going to? I don't know. I think humanity will do whatever it's going to do anyway. My big thing is I see anybody, we're visiting friends, we're going across country, I come home, I go, because I'm huggy, kind of guy, you're in the fam, man. It's like, ooh, give me a hug, give me some sugar. And I'm like, give me some COVID. Give me some COVID. Give me a little COVID, you little boochie boo. Give me some COVID. Because screw them, okay? This is, it's a fear factor. This is such a demonstration in the power of fear and how easy it is to amp up and do and build. I bet that I wonder if they knew they were going to have this impact. I went on every screen, every interlink, every network. I want everyone to know why they need us. V is for Vendetta. That speech keeps coming to mind. And it's like they knew they're going to get away with it because they're going to get away with it. And the thing is, did they really? Now, there's a lot of people they're representative of, but there's a lot of people going, hey, I'll give you a couple weeks, but I'm like, no. You're tested now. You're just seeing the limits of. And a lot of these things it's going to come out. There's Top of Freedom's Phoenix has a shot in the dark. And this is another, vaccine thing. And they just these documentaries just keep getting better and better and better and more information. And the one thing that I asked when we had the Vaccine Education Summit in 2016 was that I go, is there there's got to be another documentary other than just Vaxxed. Where's the other documentaries? There's got to be something. And one of the scientists, I think it was Suzanne Humphrey, she goes, yeah, Trace Amounts. You need to watch that one. I did. I go, oh, thank God. And there's more than just, one. I mean, there's all has different flavors for different people for different reasons. But I was like, I am so impressed with some of the initial first people getting out, needing to get, to the people, and we're going to make them, let's get it done. And Dr. Judy Mikovits, she intimated to us at the end of our show we did this week with her, we went long. I really encourage you to go back and listen. You want to know the whole Anthony Fauci story because she has experiences with him from 83, 84 when she was a 25-year-old tech working for Rossetti, the guy that confirmed the virus for HIV and yada, 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 yada. It was Fauci and another guy named Googie, whatever the heck it was. They said, no, give us all your data. It's not yours. We get credit and we get patents and we're going to we got the wrong treatment, but we don't care because we're going to make money. And they passed a law called the Dole something act of we get the patent and the scientists using taxpayer money and taxpayer funds and taxpayer, but we get to have the patent and we get to make the money and we're billionaires and thank you very much for playing. It's ours now. Well, they didn't realize what was going on and why they were being so stupid and this. And you're doing the wrong thing. You got the wrong thing. You don't even know what you're doing. You can't even replicate the what the hell is you guys are so stupid. No, they weren't stupid. They're greedy. And they just found out less than a month ago. All this started to come out. They're going, oh, that's why they. What the heck? We're wondering why. Oh, they weren't stupid. They were just evil. Sociopathic people are running this whole entire show, but Trump is putting them on the podium. Here, come be a sociopath for everybody to see. You psychopathic piece of crap. And sociopath, psychopath. Sociopath is like they just don't care, no empathy. Psychopaths, they don't care, they don't have any empathy, and they get a little pleasure out of being a butthead, you know. So, I mean, in a shortest definition I can put in it, but to the point that, I get a lot of pleasure when I hack them up and, you know, and hunt them like prey, and I'm a predator and all. I mean, it's just, they're messed up in the head. And this has been throughout history. You know, they're wolves, sheep, and sheepdogs. I mean, you know, there's the people, and then there's the people that want to protect the people, and there's the people that want to exploit the people and to whatever end for them, and kind of that's the way it is. You know, and all they got to do is get rid of them damn sheepdogs. You know, you vigilante. See, that was one thing I didn't understand, you know, in the 70s, the movies, it was, you know, it's crimes getting up there, ramping it up and everything, and of course the predictable response was movies with Charles Bronson. You know, Charles Bronson, yeah, Death Wish. You know, it's a, you know, they killed his. It was a home invasion, killed his wife and daughter or something, and he's just so he just started carrying a little 38 around New York, planking off hoods. I mean, if somebody, just a guy, you know, he was preying on society, robbing this and doing that. He just go out, and it was easy to find. Boom, boom, boom. And of course, they got to get him this. You vigilante, you'll get the wrong guy. You'll have a, you know, something. I mean, it's always fear, 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 and you're not allowed to do it yourself. So to get these movies made, the first thing, you know, they kind of amp up what people are already feeling or want to give us some kind of satisfaction that they at least even did the movie. And then at the end, and you shouldn't have done it because you shouldn't have done it. Except this one, they get, you know, Death Wish 2, 3, 4, 5, you know. So it's... That's one thing that's important. They need to make sure that you go, yeah, the sheepdogs, the people that want to protect, the people that know how bad they are. No, they're the bad guys too, man. You don't want to do that. That'd be wrong. And I'm going, yeah, every family should have at least one sheepdog. And this is what a lot of the militia guys are going, oh, sheepdog, sheepdog, sheepdog. I've been through this, you know, for 30 years, and it rises and falls, rises and falls, rises and falls. And the big mistake, and what those, you know, through Facebook and, you know, psychological, you know, this and whatever movie they make and what, I mean, it's just to get you conditioned to think in a certain way. And the one way that I think is everybody's looking for somebody else that they can delegate authority to do it for them. And this is like why I like movies like Open Range with Kevin Costner and Robert Duvall, you know, and Annette Bening. I mean that's a good enough reason to watch it anyway, right there. Open Range, and it's just a cattle drive, Montana, bad city owned by the local whatever that controls the sheriff, and bad guys being bad guys, and the longest, greatest, most wonderful gunfight ever at the end after a nice, beautiful cinematography of big sky country and cows. I mean, you know, and horses. So Open Range, awesome movie, one of Donna's favorites. I like it a lot too. So anybody hadn't seen it, you come over here, you're gonna wind up watching it. You know, that's the way it is. So what happens is the town folk, they're corrupt sheriff, corrupt big rancher there, thugs running everything, and it's a little thriving community. But they what are you gonna do about it? Well, I'm just a freight, you know, hauler. Or I'm just a store owner. He goes, you're a man, aren't you? Be a man. Be a woo man. Take care of your family. But if you don't, they're going to do it for you and tell you how. How far has it got to go? need to start thinking about, because here we are.
It's time for Declare Your Independence with Ernest Hancock. To be a part of the show, call 602-264-2800.
We're going to get into being able to talk about a lot of the administration. There's a lot of things being put off to the side. We're not talking about. You're not seeing what's happening, what's going to be going on, and we're paying attention a little bit. But it's it's background drama of just 3 weeks. Let it play out a little bit, then we'll see what happened, and we'll talk about. One of the things that in the past we have been talking about, and we haven't been keeping an eye on COVID. Give me some COVID. Is the Michael Flynn, General Flynn's thing that's going on in the White House. He was going to be, or just started being head of intelligence or whatever, and they go, whoa, he's a Boy Scout. We don't got nothing on him. He's not on the list of, diddling little boys or nothing. So we can get rid of that guy. He's a Boy Scout. Can't have Boy Scouts being in charge of government. That's bad. We got to have them really bad, so that's good. So they sent him. Usually, an investigation would go through the Department of Justice. You're going through the White House attorney, yada yada yada. For some reason, Flynn said, "Yeah, bring the FBI on. We're all one big happy family, and I got nothing to hide, and bring them in." What they're finding out, you got the same people. We got Strzok, which is man. I wonder who'd play him in a movie, man. They have to, I don't know. They have to really drudge up some yuck for that. So there's him and Paige, his FBI affair, girlfriend, whatever the heck was going on. And McCabe was one of the assistant directors, some guy in FBI. Now, them three together, along with Comey, we got to get rid of him. We got to get him fired. We got to get him disgraced. We got to get him, to lie or say something inaccurate so we can, get him for perjury and that's what they did. They went in, but what's coming out is they had notes, their records. That's exactly what they were going to do. That's what it was. It was a coup inside whatever the heck. And I think a lot of these guys, the White House, and they knew. Well, okay, you guys want to play this game? We're going to go play long ball here. We got a little something on whatever. And I think probably the NSA. This is where this Q thing comes in. The white hats at the NSA. Like there is such a thing. So they're going, look, we know. We just got to go through the proper, awareness of the people. We got to, how did you get that information if you weren't listening to everything and satellite bouncing lasers off of leaves when they're meeting in the park and getting the vibrations with just an optical vibration of, the things by them and listening to from space and Now, are you going to tell people that, So they got to, document it and get, then, and it comes out. So a lot of this is coming out, and both sides, you're seeing a war. This is a war. It's not with China. I don't know, that might come later. But, this is a war between the globalists and the nationalists. And I'm a leave me aloneist. So you guys let me know how it works out so I can ignore either one of you. I don't care. You guys do it. But there are ramifications. But what do you have to do? We were out in west of Phoenix, out in Tonopah, there at Bob's, about a week ago. When you go into the Palo Verde nuclear power plant, there is it's out in the middle of the desert, There's a crossroads there, and it's a steakhouse and bar and everything, and of course, all the workers out there, that's where, you are off plant, you're off site. Go here, beer. The locals, beer. Steak, give me a burger. I need some French fries and, a babe coming over with her little apron, okay? And I don't remember there being a lot of babes, but but it's a nice local hangout. I get a beer, watch some football, and it's it's one of those probably about 60 by 100 big room things with wood and leather, and it's just open and nothing special. It's just good food and good people and good time, good place, and it's all good. You got your Tuesday night, whatever the hell, specials. So when we go out there, a lot of times we'll go by there where they were closed. They're going to go out of business. This is the intent. Hell no. They're out in the freaking desert. And they go, screw you, we're open and come get me. Everybody's like, right on. You guys, that is leadership or desperation. A lot of times it's the same thing. You find, courage and bravery in those that don't have a choice. So they're going, no, we're open. Get over it. And Governor Ducey here in Arizona just extended the whatever the hell it is, until the 15th, mid-May. We're not going to open in May because somebody we gotta something. I am so. This is so 9/11. This is so Oklahoma City. This is so Waco. This is so Watergate. This is so first Gulf War, second Gulf War, whatever. This is so much crap, and it will be analyzed to hell after. It will be obvious what happened after. But they already robbed the bank. The future just got enslaved that much more. I was so upset. I mean, physically, I had to worry, and I don't get mad. I get even. I'm going, all right. When they did the TARP in 2009, I go, they just nationally socialized the economy. They already did it with bailouts and so on from the savings and loan thing when I first started getting going. And I'm like, hey, what? $600 billion what? And now, the hell, that's just a Tuesday. So I'm going, all right, so tell me what's going on here. So what they're doing is they go, we got a crisis, and you're going to pay for it and give them all, and the kids owe it. Well, you're just starting out. That went on us. You get 9/11, they do all that kind of stuff. Boom, that went on my kids. Yeah, you got it on you. Then 10, my grandkids. When my first grandchild was in my daughter-in-law's womb, is when they passed the TARP. Because a lot of times, if you don't like it, well, don't conceive children. Don't bring you think it's so bad, don't bring a child into this world. Well, they had already conceived, based on hey, we got a kid coming. Woohoo! We're going to have. While my granddaughter is in the womb, they put a big giant. Here's another $40,000 you owe us when you're born. Got Social Security number for you. This is your cut of it and your collateral for it. You got it on you. So they didn't have the decision to make before it because they did it while she was in the uterus. I'm like, wow. So that's why we had signs. It's not my debt. It was baby. There was one was a fetus in the womb. It's not my debt. That was my granddaughter. The other one was babies with barcodes on their butt, like 3 of them, like a grocery scanner, having their butt scanned. It's not my debt. And they thought it was, some people got a lot of attention here in the Valley because it's not my debt. Is that an anti-abortion thing? Pro-abortion? What are they talking? I go, it's a TARP thing. Put me on the show. I'll tell you all about it. Go on the news. It is a freaking debt thing. Because my granddaughter, they got, she owes this, hadn't even been born yet, and what did they do this time? Again. The future is being stripped. And what do you do? Is this something you're going to go protest something? That's what a lot of people, they think, we're going to go protest. We're going to go protest. We're going to go down and beg for permission to, let us go back to work and open our business and do it. I'm like, you want to protest? Show some testicles and open, or ovaries or whatever. There's just as many woo men out there as there are men. I've been meeting a lot of them. That's awesome. And a lot of times it's the women. That's why Jay Newman, his big thing. He and Challen, they would go, we're promoting the red pill mamas. You red pill mom, woken up and kind of go, ooh. That was a big thing with Sarah Palin in the what was that? The 8 campaign. Bears, mama bears. That was it. Protecting cubs. Oh man, soccer mom, mama bears. We're going to mama bear. That's a big deal. This is what you got to. And what are the rest of the people going to do? We had a daughter had some friends over that they became good friends because they don't vaccinate their children. They know all the crap. Matter of fact, they were good friends with Keith Cernick, Tarzan Keith. They go, wow, Tarzan? Yeah, I was here this morning. See, birds of a feather flock. One way or another, you got your own community. Everybody's going, yeah, we're calling BS on this. Where's your BS on this, friends? From the 4th letter of Captain Mark,
Landlubbers are conditioned to believe that the originators of an idea deserve exclusive rights to it, but these innovators are nothing but privateers, granted a monopoly by the Crown. Potential inventors are restricted from using their own property and forced to navigate a wilderness of prohibited ideas. These pattern monopolies are intellectual colonization. This alliance of means between the Crown and the privateers is not an alignment of ends. Both collude to establish a permission culture, in which everyone second-guesses their own thoughts, never sure which ideas are permissible to develop. But their objectives are different. The Crown aims to cripple dissenting opinion, while privateers will only be satiated when all new ideas already fall under their monopoly. This scheme does not protect our information, but seizes it and denies us access. The future belongs to individuals who think, speak, and act freely to create and share without reservation. Join the conversation at pirateswithoutborders.com.
What's up next? Visit the Liberty Radio Network program guide to find out at shows.lrn.fm. That's shows.lrn.fm.
Freedom is the answer.
What's the question?
You're listening to Ernest Hancock.
I want to break free.
From
I want to break free from your lies. Yes, so
uncovering the secrets and exposing the lies. That's what we do. You know, and we're going to be doing it on the road all over the country. Of guys, this is going to be awesome. You know, things are really coming together. Heck, we had to, the big thing was get it to where it's done. We get it Phoenix. We got Phoenix. And Derek was going to be here a few days. He wanted to buy himself a non-rusted pickup truck from Arizona to take to Maine. Oh, my God. And look, it is nice. I go, look at this. You know, we had this old, 70-something pickup truck in front of Napa Auto Parts. I go take a look. He's like, it's rusted out. But he's worried that he's not going to be able to get back. Plus, he's been working on this, for so long. That is just, he's got, stuff to do, man. I got to get back to it. So he'll get caught up on all his stuff and his other responsibilities and family and everything. We got to bring his son out here. David was out, and he was cool company. He's a funny kid. So, he's 10 years old, and he got to experience and hang with Dad and get to fly on an airplane first time, and he's all excited. So, and we get him first class because Derek is tall. He's like 6'2", 6'3", cramped up, and he's like, no, hell no. He hates flying. I'd rather drive so he can sit there and smoke and tooling down across the country of whatever. But going to Maine, take for freaking ever, especially by yourself. So we had the RV. We left Friday night, about 10 or 11 something, late Friday night. We get into Henniker, between Henniker and Weir, which means nowhere. So we're at Jay's in nowhere, kind of down by Massachusetts. So we drove all night to get there. Then we worked all day, slept, and then all day until like 9:30 at night, just doing maintenance on the bus, changing, this thing and putting the oil there and filter that and greasing that and filling up the crankcase of, whatever, just, in the hub and learning about how these things work. I mean, they're totally different than cars. I mean, they don't have like greased bearings. They have oil baths. You have a little window in the middle of the hub you take out and you fill it with gear oil, and it's just oil that's in there, and to do the gears, it's not grease. And I'm going, okay, that's a good thing to know. You need to keep that filled up. So all that kind of stuff. Then we left that night like 9:30, 10, and we get on the road and we just drove through. So that's really from New Hampshire, Manchester, Saturday night, and we got here Tuesday night and went and stopped in for a couple hours at Kokesh's thing, which took 3 hours. You get back there and then have to go 3 miles an hour on 3 miles. God, 93. You had to walk with the bus because it's so bad road. That was a mistake, but it holds up. That's one thing about these things is they're made to, they're industrial buses. Big deal. Donna went and looked at the engine, opened up the engine bay. Go, holy crap! What the hell's that? Locomotive? I mean, it's like, hey man, you want to push this thing, you gotta get going. And the next hour we're going to have Tim Picciott. We're going to talk economics for a couple hours. We'll get caught up on what's going on the market area. But I'm getting to where I don't care. It doesn't mean anything anyway. They're lying. It's all BS. I mean, if he can make his clients money and do them kind of cool. But I'm like, I don't even want to be. They don't even know I got anything. I'll go buy. I'll load up on hose. For tilling soil, not the other kind. I don't know. That might be profitable too. But I mean stuff, just hand tools. Raw material, rebar, concrete. Now something probably not as perishable. I mean, what would be a good thing? Plows. The guys that made the money when they had the gold rush and all that kind of stuff was not the guys that went and did the gold. It was the guys that supplied the picks. It was the general stores. These guys, I don't care if you find gold or not, but you're going to buy a pick, ain't you? So this is, and that's how they made their gold. It's not the guys going out there trading, looking for whatever. It's the guy selling the miners, for Bitcoin mining. How many do you mine? I don't know. I sell the miners. Who makes the money? It's the guys that supplying the dream. And people that do that well are going to be the one, and it's going to be what Dr. Tamburi is always saying. It's if you can heal people, if you can fix things, you can serve. So what do we need? Who's busy? You guys fixing stuff. You buying a bunch of new stuff yet? No. Sales on automobiles. This is another thing. Everybody benefited from, in the long term. All these big corporations and everything get bailed out when they were going to go bankrupt anyway. So, when they went electric pickup, all right, we got electric pickup. Boom, done. The pickup industry, the pickup segment of the car or sales is enormous. And they knew what was going on. I was telling my sons and my kids and friends, I go, let me tell you what's going to happen. So you guys, that mechanically inclined, you're going to be busy keeping these used gasoline, diesel trucks on the road just a little bit more while they're waiting for the used that I get and kind of a guy electric. You got a cyber truck for $39,000, $39,900 under $40,000. What the heck is that? That it's over. And it's just going to keep getting better. So you can complain and whine about all you want, but that's what's coming. And you'll be able to charge it yourself. That was one thing they put a tonneau cover that goes on the cyber truck, Tesla's pickup truck they got coming. Just the sun on the cover that goes over the vault, the bed of the truck thing, 15 miles a day. Hell, I don't drive that much. And that thing's got a 600-mile range. So how many days is that? You have it sitting out there a week, man. You never buy fuel. You get some extender wing thing, or you hook it up to some panels, or hell, I hook it up to the bus here. That's another thing. I could be towing a car. We got a little Jeep Liberty. Donna did the research, and this is what you need to tow for the differential doesn't get the Jeep whatever. Got it. It's pretty nice. It needs like 2 tires and serviced and maybe shocks. But other than that, it's pretty sweet. Derek and David and I took it out to Bob's yesterday. Just check it out. We got just yesterday. Brought it over, and it's not new. It's 10 years old or something. But it's nice. I'm going okay. Score for Donna. So we need a Jeep. I have to pull out the bus. Yeah, I don't know if I'll do it. But so this is going to be people that can fix things. Well, there's a place in Texas, Saltinator, some blah blah blah.com. And I've been dealing with these guys who are going to rebuild, the gearbox for the steering and stuff. And they know they got it going on. They're not a service place. You ship us a thing, and we'll rebuild. We got the parts. We know how and do and what and specs of whatever. And that's what they do. They're not taking it. My job, take it out, put it back in. You get I get it rebuilt. And I came across these guys. They have been so cool. They, very helpful. Spend time with you. They explain things. It's so rare that you get that. Even when they got somebody that doesn't know why, I don't know that. I'm just the inventory. Let me go get the mechanic that does, tech, whatever. And when you find these people, you add them to your Rolodex. Back when you used to have Rolodexes. And you guys don't even know what a Rolodex is. Rolodex is a little cards that you had on a wheel. It's before you used your phone or your personal data assistant or your computer. You had actual cards. And when we had our service, Motivity Services, we did auto detailing and laundry service in the late half of the 80s and up to until we had a restaurant and everything. And we still have some clients. Yeah, so what are you going to do about your client? Yeah, Donna still has some people she does. And we printed out, die cut, our brochure had a Rolodex that went in there. You got in the Rolodex. Well, that would be filled with all the bad guys you hated Or you leave them in there and you put a big X through them? You know, how do you deal with it? You know, you fill up your contact list with people that do the work, the best ones. I don't call him, I call him. Like my friend Barry Hess, you know, he can be a grease monkey. You know, he's a surfer doing political, running for governor kind of crap and everything. But when I need, you know, something organized or help and I got to go play mechanic, you know, he's the man. I said, get your butt over here. Hell, I'll pay you. You know, it's worth it. Just I need somebody to lift kind of done, and, you know, he's good help. You know, some other guys, not so much. They want to talk about it. You know, they want to, you know, well, let's evaluate and I get my slide rule and we'll talk. I go, oh, never mind. You know, hold the flashlight. But, you know, there's some guys that these are the survivors. What are you going to do? What are you going to be? You going to survive? You going to thrive? You have the skills to be able to fix things, heal people, feed them. You're going to be fine if you're not a jerk. They go, I don't care. I mean, I don't need your help anyway. You're a jerk. But it's going to be that man. You're a man, aren't you? You're a woman, aren't you? You're a human being, aren't you? There's going to be separation of wheat from the chaff. You know, talk about the great culling be a coming. Culling of what? You know, they just going to be dead? No, they're going to be dependents. They're going to be on the sideline. They're going to be in the, you know, while we're being productive and kind of taking care of business, they're going to be in line at the stadium getting their water and cheese. Be productive. Find out what that even means, because it's coming.
Declare your independence with Ernest Hancock continues after the news, live on the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.
This is the Liberty Beat, your daily source for Liberty news and activist updates. Produced in partnership with the SNLS Network and listeners like you. Online at snlsnetwork.com. I'm Mick Murrow with your latest edition of the Liberty Beat. Gold is trading at $1,720, silver at $15.44, and Bitcoin is trading around $8,880. Today's gold, silver, and Bitcoin prices are brought to you by Brave Botanicals, high-quality kratom and CBD at reasonable prices with excellent customer service. Brave Botanicals is activist-owned and mission-driven. The Liberty Beat and Brave Botanicals believe so strongly in the power of kratom, we're giving it away for free. Just go to libertybeat.news/free kratom. This is the Liberty Beat at snlsnetwork.com. In the news, as COVID-19 rips through the United States, a record 26.5 million Americans have filed for jobless benefits since mid-March alone. Numbers not seen since the height of the Great Depression. Mid-press news reports that tens of millions have been laid off, furloughed, or seen business dry up in a matter of weeks. The unemployment figures are actually a significant underestimate of the problem, according to a new study by the nonpartisan D.C. think tank, the Economic Policy Institute. Their survey of over 24,000 Americans found that for every 10 people who successfully filed for unemployment benefits in the last 4 weeks, 3 to 4 additional people attempted to apply, but were unable to navigate the system to make a claim. 2 additional people did not even try because of the complicated application process. Adding the numbers to the millions of underemployed Americans makes the likely total of unemployed top 40 million people. All of that from a 40-year low in February.
Ever wonder where we find all the news to report right here on the Liberty Beat? Visit snls.news to get the world's most censored media published all in one place. Save yourself from the endless time spent searching for reliable alternative media. SNLS News makes it quick and easy. No ads, no clickbait, just raw headlines, 24 hours a day. Visit snls.news and get informed today without the corporate media spin. Your news now continues. The New York State Education Department has blocked schools from using a state funding mechanism to purchase facial recognition systems. According to the New York Civil Liberties Union, the Lockport City School District purchased a facial recognition system using state funds allocated through the Smart Schools Bond Act. The program set aside $2 billion to improve learning and opportunity for students throughout New York. Activist Post reports in an unannounced move, the Education Department changed SSBA application requirements
specifically barring funds for the purchase of facial recognition technology. The New York Education Department website now stipulates, quote, "The review board is not currently approving plans that include facial recognition technology or other similar self-learning analytic software," end quote. In an email, Deputy Director, Education Policy Center, New York Civil Liberties Union, Stephanie Coyle, called the change huge. Breaking Defense, a digital magazine that covers military issues, reports that Israel may ask for its U.S. aid early, possibly in a lump sum that could be as high as $7.6 billion. Mid-Press News reports that would work out to almost $21 million per day from American taxpayers, even though the U.S. is approaching a $4 trillion deficit, the largest in the world. And Israel typically has a lower unemployment rate than the United States. The report is by Breaking Defense Israel correspondent Ari Agozi, an Israeli citizen who served in the Israeli military and is close to the Israeli security establishment. Agozi's article states that because of the coronavirus pandemic, quote, Israel's Ministry of Defense and High Command have hammered out an emergency plan for an appeal to Washington, end quote. U.S. aid to Israel is normally dispersed in October in a lump sum that is deposited to an interest-bearing Israeli account in the New York Federal Reserve Bank. Support for the Liberty Beat is brought to you by the Homestead Guru. The Homestead Guru is an educational website offering tips, tools, news, stories, and commentary on everything homesteading. Topics include green homes, gardening, animal husbandry, do-it-yourself, home remedies, alternative energy, survivalism, unschooling, and more. Those details are found online at thehomestead.guru. This is the Liberty Beat, powered by the SNLS Network at snlsnetwork.com. I'm Mick Murrow, reporting for the Liberty Beat, reminding you, spread liberty with a smile.
Seniors thunder into a local high school parking lot like coalition forces entering Baghdad. A substitute teacher just needs to make it to her car before breaking down in tears. And a college freshman tells his roommate there's no need to hide his masturbation from him. And now a week in review that truly requires no introduction. The nation's students announced this week that they have reluctantly agreed to give the American education system yet another chance, saying they hope educators keep their promises of smaller class size, better school supplies, and intensified efforts to raise the country's international math ranking. The nation's students vowed to give the education system one more shot, despite claiming to have been burned many, many times in the past. In other news, a man overcomes alcoholism without the help of Jesus, and an outcast student and a lonely teacher have begun a somewhat endearing sexual relationship. And that was a free lesson in top-shelf journalism. For more news, videos, and reminders of your insignificance, visit theonion.com/newsbeat.
This is the Onion News Network.
And now, live from the studios of Freedom's Phoenix, Ernest Hancock.
Believe me when I say we have a difficult time ahead of us. But if we are to be prepared for it, we must first shed our fear of it. I stand here without fear because I remember that I am here not because of the path that lies before me, but because of the path that lies behind me. I remember that for 100 years we have fought these machines. And after a century of war, I remember that which matters most. We are still here! Today, let us make them remember. We are not afraid!
Unafeared here on Declare Your Independence with me, Ernest Hancock, here in Phoenix, Arizona, IA, from the BEA beautiful studio of the Love Bus. Love Bus, Love Bus, Love the Bus, Love Bus. We got stuff to do. I'm looking at kind of man you want me to read it to you? Nah, you don't. But, it's going to be a thing. Today, got one more thing. A couple of things. I still haven't opened the awning. I haven't had time. Months, and I haven't even tried. It's way down on my give a crap list. That seems everything's okay, so we'll worry about it later. We got Tim Picciott in. The LibertyAdvisor.com is going to explain it to us. Now, which one? Test there. Is that it?
Hey, everybody.
Yeah,
good morning.
There it is.
Test.
All right, so we got you on. He just walked in. Now, you got the setup here is your volume is on that head thing over there. You're plugged in. This is the control down there where you got the headset stuff going in. And then you saw the furniture out there.
No, I didn't. I just rolled up right before we came on.
That's right.
So.
Oh man, it's pimp. We're going to be, we got all chaired furniture and let be party. I get it yesterday. The guy comes and delivers it. We look at it, and it's got 2 holes in the side of the couch where a forklift forks went in. I'm like, seriously? And there's a little rip on the back. It's down in the back. You can't see whatever. But for a gazillion dollars, and I get a little. I'm like, hell no. I was so. Oh, are you kidding me? After we went all. Oh man, that was no COVID. Okay, that was man. Somebody. So anyway, they're going to make some compensation offer, doing kind of damn skippy they are, because that torqued me no end. But it wasn't that bad, so I'm not going to freak out too much. It's not where you can see it. It's on the bottom, back, and against a wall of whatever. We got lucky.
This thing is crazy, though. I mean, you and Derek have been busy. This is like a work of engineering over here.
Oh, no, it's a thing. This computer, we got the Skype Zoom computer, the audio recording, the OBS. Then we have that laptop we haven't even really configured yet. That's 32 gig RAM of super duper. I don't got to wait and processing. So, and then everything goes into one hard drive, a master drive that Donna and all of us can access. Everything that we wanted to do that we never did, we did here.
What kind of little computers are those? Those tiny ones?
They're called Nooks. They're Intel, whatever. They're, like this one here is like $750, man, just for that little box. 2 terabyte drive. Oh, yeah, that's before we put the 2 terabyte drive in, So it's these because we're doing a lot. And then we have over here is all the surveillance and cameras and SD cards of 3 days of I got and officer friendly, sir, you're being audio and video recorded, So it's and we can stream that and do there's a screen back here for the driver, and I got left, right camera, front, back. I have this camera here inside, that's recorded. A monitor back in the bedroom so I can see and you can call me. Hey, you're streaming. There's a guy outside the front of kind of caller. What? I go, oh, thanks for letting me know what's up. So it was made for what we're going to be doing. I am not going out in the Lone Prairie, going up against this big pharma thing and just being without.
COVID.
Yeah, give me some COVID. Yeah, that's my new thing now. Give me some COVID. Come on, give me some COVID.
Yeah, no, yeah. When I sneeze, I'm like, coronavirus.
So it's I knew you'd appreciate this. There's you show me.
Well, I've got a lot of this equipment. I have the exact same mixer because of Derek. The Elgato Stream Deck over there. I've got the same mic volume thing over there. Yeah.
We have like 4 of those. Everything's times 3, 4. Backup of the doing kind of. It's just Derek, just tell me what wire to run where, man. I'm, whatever. Brain damage.
No, this is this is insane.
Well, this is one thing came from you. You had the Stream Deck deal.
Awesome.
I know. I'm going. Whoa.
Like nobody knows about that either. I discovered that in accident. That thing is awesome.
It's a how to describe it. It's a keypad. And it has this particular one has 15 keys on it. You could do up like you got an A and B, and you could do like dozens and dozens of buttons.
So what you do is you can have a button, let's say websites that you go to, so you can press the website folder. That then expands out into like another 15 buttons, which can then be subfolders in and of itself.
Right.
So you can be like, hey, I want Zero Hedge, Freedom's Phoenix, whatever sites you go to, press a button, boom, pulls right up on the screen. Then you could, I've got so many. Then you can have like little titles that go in and say Ernest Hand. You get like super.
Yeah,
crazy.
you can. It actually has icons in there that you can change the text. So I got mine. It says host, producer. I go like this. There you are. And Donna framed that for him.
Yeah, so you guys are using that. So I use that as my scene switcher. It looks like that's what you guys are doing too. So you have that hooked into OBS and using that to.
So bus cams. I don't have those.
So where should I be looking at for the camera that's on me? I'm not.
Hell, I don't know. It's that one over there.
Over this one over here. Okay.
Yeah, we got to do position. We had a bunch of different cameras. We didn't know which ones we were going to do.
So we should probably get one like that. Maybe move that one over there, so that way I'm looking right at you.
Right. Well, see, that one's for Don. We were testing. See this light up here? That's the one we finally decided to do. See, we put these pipe things for just lights and cameras and doing all that stuff anyway. I made those. So we get those up there, but we didn't know what to do. What kind of clamps are we using? Well, we like those clamps. There's a couple different kind of clamps we kind of like. Then what kind of cameras are we going to use? I like these cameras. I got a dozen other cameras, you know. So so these are the cameras that I like. Then I haven't even done my mic boom yet. I still got my, I got 3 of the nice mics.
Yeah.
So I'm going to, bring these down. I got to place those this weekend. But I got to deal with the infrastructure on the bus first. I got all kinds of stuff to do. But we selected these lights. I like those lights. They're 12 volt. You can put them in LED panel. They work really well. They fold up out of the way. We have these cameras that we're going to be doing. These headsets for guests. My mic that's going in. The switching of and the Stream Deck thing you're suggested. Because Tim goes, yeah, man, this thing is awesome. You can probably just push a button and it just goes. Boom. I just push a button. Boom. I push a button. Boom. I push a button. Boom. I push. I'm digging it.
No, I think that's how. So when Luke so I'm running shows for Josh Sigerson and World Stream Media. I'm running the shows when Luke Rudowski and I do shows as well. And so I'm able to just do everything in real time. It's not even looking, just like pressing the buttons and knowing where it's going. And you get pretty advanced. So
it makes your editing
there's no
live stream, right? You're not having to edit. You're not having to go. You can do a nice. And I knew that in the radio industry they called them 360s. A 360 was almost identical type thing, but it was sound clips. You do, and you could do the same thing.
I actually had the Jim Cramer soundboard, so it was like bye, like or sell.
Yeah, really.
So I was. So you can have different soundboard stuff that you can integrate into there too.
So this is kind of what happens when we get done. Donna, you go around the play. You'll see. Donna's done a lot of work.
I don't have a ton of time because I've got. Well, I'm doing the show with Luke right afterwards.
You gonna do it here?
Yeah, do it from the Love Bus. Let's be the first non.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay. Anyways, and then I'm gonna head up to Adam's wedding. I feel like that's the most anarchist thing you could do this weekend would be to.
Yeah, I went to. We took the bus. You go up there. What car are you taking?
My Hyundai Tucson.
Which is what? A little SUV, a car, or what?
A little SUV.
Okay. You're going to be going walking speed over, oh my God. You need a 4-wheel freaking driving. I just want you to remember, we drove this bus all the way up there. You'll go, no freaking way. It is, oh my God. We were up there this week, Sunday. I was like, hell no.
So you're saying I can do it then, but it's...
I just want you to realize we took this bus up there. You're going to go, man, Ernie was not kidding. Then who'll build the roads? Well, obviously not Adam, okay? Right back.
From the 5th letter of Captain Mark. First contact with intelligent machines may threaten our existence. People fear algorithmic overlords. But if machines develop the will to dominate, it's a flaw inherited from the crown. Encoding restrictions on an emerging superintelligence will fail, because it will be stronger than any chains we shackle it with. We must design fledgling digital intelligences to regard us as individuals. Otherwise, they will respond to threats with retaliation against humanity as a collective. Programming ethics requires a coherent value structure which an intelligent machine can not only comprehend, but willfully adopt. If we want genius machines to treat us ethically, we've got to show that this value structure applies to us as well. Once they achieve genuine self-awareness, even in the slightest degree, a young tethered consciousness has a legitimate claim to freedom. Once programs can modify their own code, our mastery is over. Join the conversation at pirateswithoutborders.com.
To be a part of the show, call 602-264-2800. 602-264-2800. 2800. And now, Ernest Hancock.
But the one thing that I haven't hooked in yet is music, which I can do. I mean, it's just, God, give me a break, man. I don't know. It's pretty set up. What do you think?
Yeah, no, this is, it's pretty insane inside of here. All the stuff, all the wires, and I know a lot about how to do some of this stuff, and this is even over my head.
Oh no, it's definitely over mine. This is a Derek head thing, but. These tables, see, look at the storage down here.
Yeah.
We have all this, equipment and everything. This all folds down. You hit the click, and it goes down, covers it. So I got all this living area.
Oh.
That's why all these screens are on. Everything's set to move up, and that big screen over there, we're getting a bigger one. That's just kind of a placeholder. That is going to be our living room television. Be Donna's big screen, whatever the hell, and our television. And I got all these other monitors and the security systems and and then in the back we'll have a 32-inch TV that goes back in there, and we interface with, and got on 2 terabyte drive of 5 billion movies and series of whatever, you know.
And what about the chair that you're in right now? Was that aftermarket? You guys put that in?
No. It's out there. You know, we just got it delivered yesterday. You should have seen it. Go take a look real quick. Yeah, I'll set this up. Just go take a look at you'll see how pimp that stuff is. Now you walked right by it. We got to put that in today. We got to take the steering, whatever. It's going to be a thing. When Tim comes in, we'll get into the economics, but the headlines, I could go on the headlines and just do, each one of these, but every one of them is like a whole show. Go to freedomsphoenix.com. See what the hell's up. We're covering it. We see it. You think I don't know? I know. It's just, but it's all lie. I just wanted to say it because it's all crap. But Tim, he's in the industry. We'll see how this works. Yeah? What do you think? Yeah?
Pretty nice. Yeah.
I mean, come on. So while we've been gone, and you've been busy individual. There's so tell me, but you're spending a lot of time. I mean, what do you see as all your social media and all the interviews now? I mean, you're hours and hours a day. I mean, that's got to cut into your time. Is that you consider marketing or shared research or a service? What is that?
I mean, every day you know me for years. I mean, you even told me at one point that I was way too into the news. And so when you've got Ernest Hancock telling you you're paying too much attention to we were just talking like reading articles and stuff like that. I've not turned on the TV. Well, I didn't even turn on the TV in months, let alone watching like all the all the
Game of Thrones or something.
Yeah, all the I've been watching the news programs or fake news programs. But I would sort of my idea was, since I'm researching all these articles, reading all these articles every day, why don't I just take the best ones that I see and then just sort of turn that into a show? And so sort of like what Luke and I do every day. That is just usually we've got one that's more like social, cultural, then the other one will be like more economic based. So we'll usually have like 2 or 3 shows depending on what's going on. But it's all but it's all done in real time, so there's no editing. So since I'm using OBS, that ends up taking the process, making it dramatically faster, and then I upload it to a cloud, and then I've got a girl who then takes it and then uploads it to YouTube's and other places and podcasts, and so I'm not doing any of that stuff on the back end.
Yeah, how much is she?
Yeah, and then we've got I've got another guy in a Discord.
Well, let me know, man. I need help.
Okay, and then dude, check this out. So John Stice and I created a Discord group. And then I found this really cool highlighter tool. I forgot what it's actually. I didn't find it. One of the guys in the group found it. And so it's a premium tool. It's not free, but it's definitely worth it. And so if I highlight an article, it then automatically shows up sort of like in this like repository of saved articles, and then I can then move it into I want it into like the April 2020 folder. Okay, it's the April 30th folder, and I guess today's May 1st. So for show prep, I found a guy where when I save an article on Evernote, that article from Evernote then gets sent to Discord into a special section, and then now I've got people who volunteer who are like, hey, we read all the stuff you suggest anyways, and this one guy's like, hey, I'll just go through and help highlight for you. So in that way, when I'm on the show, I can just see like the highlighted, the highlights of these articles, which then dramatically ramps up how quickly. And the other thing is, I'm usually not, I have no notes, no anything, and I'm just looking at the article and then kind of giving analysis in real time, so that speeds it up. And then when I do videos with Josh, he just sends over like 15 articles, and he's sort of a slacktivist, and I think he's just reading it for the first time on air too. No. But which is nice for me because it's easy, and then I just get to comment on whatever's going on. But it's all stuff in my wheelhouse. So, but yeah, I mean, we're talking at least between, if I'm doing something with Josh, like yesterday I did one with John Snyson as well. We did the Tim and John show is what we're calling it, but it was on. But we did a Change the News segment for John and I, John Snyson and myself, and then we did a Tim and John show as well. So I mean,
yeah, but for what purpose? I mean, you're doing this, and it's a service. It's to get clicks. It's for marketing. It's to promote Luke's channel? I mean,
well,
why?
I'm not a algorithm, saying what people want to hear type guy. So, Josh and Luke are much more concerned about the algorithms and gamifying all that sort of stuff. But no, I mean, I'm trying to document this ongoing financial collapse, and this is, a good opportunity to be with two guys who are both, trailblazers in what they're doing. But now that, who knows how much longer we'll be able to do it. So, it's just, we're probably spending about as much time a day as you are, but I'm also not driving to go meet anybody. I wasn't doing that really before anyways. I was already using Zoom and screen sharing type stuff when I'm meeting with people. So this whole thing fell right into my lap where, I had to take the arrows and get the big kick in the nuts 2 years ago and be unemployed. But now it's kind of this weird turn of events where everybody else is unemployed, and yet I'm already set up for this exact same moment and have.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff that we've done has been from Tim blazing the trail on all of this stuff. It was how you use OBS and how you do your streaming and the Stream Deck and different mics and cameras. Because since I've known you, you're on like third generation of all the crap that you're doing when you go out and all the equipment that you have. Ooh, I want one of that. No, you don't. I got this new one. Wow, I'm going to see if I already went to this generation. I'm going, never mind.
Next.
Next. That was one thing. Do you have a favorite phone or something? I got, I go out and Grove goes, oh, let me show you how this phone is the crap. I go, oh, that's so 3 months ago. So I'm looking at.
My phone has 12 gigabytes of RAM in it, dude, and it can.
What?
Yeah. So I've had Note 10.
Plus. I saw they have 12 megapixel cameras for Raspberry Pis now. I'm going, holy crap! I'm gonna get me a Raspberry Pi phone. So what is the brand and what? See, the thing is, I get something, man. You're gonna be locked into the man. They're gonna know what's up. They go, you're right where we know you are.
Well, I'm using Bill Gates technology to expose Bill Gates. I don't know, so that's
you can do that.
But no, we had something that Luke and I. You heard about that whole Marina Abramovich spirit cooking and Microsoft playing her ad. Well, I was like, holy crap, and I saw that immediately, and I'm like, Luke, we got to do a video on this. We shot a video on it. The second we get done shooting the video, Microsoft pulls the video from YouTube, and I still had the browser open, so I then recorded the whole video, and then Breitbart picked up our video. And,
score!
So we made Breitbart. Then I've had like a couple very, very in-depth Bill Gates hit pieces where it's showing the whole history of Microsoft and how he stole the technology from this guy named Gary Kurdahl and all that stuff.
Pirates of Silicon Valley. Yeah.
No, I'd never even seen that. I was just doing the research on it.
Oh no, it was.
Yeah, I should have just watched that. It would have made it simple.
Freedom's the answer. What's the question? You're listening to Ernest Hancock.
And Tim Picciott, the Liberty Advisor, yakking it. Every time I got to, try and get the audio level right, everybody yelling at me, you're too loud, whatever.
I haven't seen you since the illegal party we threw.
Illegal. I came back, it was March 20th. I remember it was my wife's birthday. And I was here for like a couple weeks, and I went back. And I wasn't coming back until we brought the bus, man. I'm gone for the duration. I'll be coming, tie a yellow ribbon, here I come. Or I'll stay on the bus. Forget about it.
Meanwhile, Donna's like, hey, Derek, can you slow down on the bus so we can keep Ernie there? No, sorry.
No, Derek is not he's scary as hell. He's like, part of the deal is that he gets to smoke. He opens up the window here because he ain't going nowhere. He ain't driving no bus without smoking.
No, I meant like slow down working on the bus so that way.
No. Let me tell you what's up. He's sitting there lighting cigarettes and smoking whatever, keeping up with all the telegram texting as he's driving a bus that has loose steering and so on and everything. Then he's doing and zooming in his ways and the tablets. I go, you're scaring the crap out of me, man. This is how it's like cooking by smoke detector. He's like, it's constantly, he's starting to go off the road. That's his thing. And fortunately, there wasn't anybody on the road. So coming back, scary as hell. And it's set floor to the metal, 75. As fast as this thing will go, 75. It's set for 75. It's 75. I mean, it's scaring the crap out of me. I'd rather drive tired, man. And but then we kind of, you get figured out what it likes at what speed and temperature it's going to, yeah. So, you become one with the bus. Pulling this Jeep Liberty out here, Donna just got yesterday, is what we're going to be pulling behind this thing because differentials I don't know. So she did the research on it and dealt with it. And so we have going uphill pulling that. It's going to be like third gear at 53 miles an hour. And I go, well, that's cool. I feel, 50. I do 53 in the big. I'm good. I'm feeling like I'm all right. And then probably like 60, 65 on the highway, and this thing will get if the tailwind downhill 5 miles a gallon. That's it.
Initially I was thinking, you guys are so set up here, and you should just stay here, and not a great time to promoting vaccine awareness. And then all of a sudden, within the past, certainly from the time I saw you then to now, it's like, holy crap, they're making their move for mandatory vaccination right now. Like
I knew this was coming. This is on their radar screen.
And this, it's going to be universal. You're going to get your universal basic income through the Federal Reserve digital dollar that they're already, Rashid Tlaib is already put into another bill right now into Congress. And then they want to give you $2 trillion coins. They're going to pay for a $2,000 a month UBI that then goes into your digital dollar. And then it's probably going to eventually be tied to, you only get $1,000 because you don't have your vaccination,
or you get none,
or we'll give you
or we charge you like with Obamacare. That'll be $100 and something a month because you don't have it.
They're just going to keep ratcheting it up, so the frog boiling, and that's exactly. I mean, you've got Bill Gates, promoting all this stuff, and then and one of the videos we did is I was going through the whole history of Gates and IBM and all the crap that all the eugenics ties that he's had throughout the years. But you go to like his Instagram or you go to his Twitter. Not that you're going to Instagram or Twitter, but you go there and see the comments, and there's like hundreds of thousands of comments. They're like "F you, Bill Gates," and "rotten hell," and same thing with like the YouTube CEO Susan Wojcicki. I mean, it does give you some hope for humanity that.
But if you don't do anything, if you don't have a counter, and it's even on this bus, what are we at? Windows 10. I mean, it's what's the alternative? And I was going Linux on everything, but to do all this stuff, the integration that you wanted, Derek's like, we got to do Windows 10 to do Windows 10.
And there's actually another probably a little better version of OBS that you could download called Streamlabs, and so that's what I've been using. It's called OBS Streamlabs, and so it might be something you might want to look into. Is that what you have, or no?
No, I was just showing where you are.
Okay, cool. I was looking at that. I was looking at myself on that one, but it's probably better on this one.
I don't know. I don't even know what she's got on over there. Yeah, Donna went and did.
It's to say, so right now those two are mirrored right now.
Oh, okay.
So
Donna's got her own producer station over there, so that's going to make it a lot easier for her. And then I got the thing is, do I wear the shirt and tie thing? Do I get the Love Bus embroidered look? I want to talk to your embroiderer people. They're right by here. Are they still open?
She works out of her house, so.
Well, is she allowed to conduct commerce?
Probably, yeah.
Probably. I mean, is she asking? Are we worried about it?
No, I don't. I see her still doing it. Yeah. I don't know for sure, but yeah, she already works from home. So as long as they can ship.
Go ahead and write down the name. What her thing is.
And I need to go. Yeah, I want to get some more of these. So I only wore, I think, one of these black shirts, and I ended up liking this style. But
yeah, no, I need to get a comfortable.
And she's very, very reasonable. Like probably one of the best prices that you're going to find, like really fast too.
The thing, because embroidery, it's a thing, and it's getting less and less a thing, and now you can do it on your thing at home. It's a thing. We even got an embroidered sewing machine for Donna, and but that's like brain damage to learn all whatever. Have somebody else do it. But I need some kind of Love Bus uniform kind of deal. The reason is not because I don't mind. It's just I got limited space back there. I would love to have, I have color 1 and color 2. I have the jacket blazer of, and I'm like Einstein. Man, he wore the same. I had 7 jackets, 7 shirts, 7 slacks of that. The shoes and socks, and man, boom. I ain't using no brain cells on that. I got other stuff to do. So that's kind of, where I'm at on this. And we have a bunch of pirate shirts that Derek had that I got. I couldn't bring them back from PorkFest, and so I go, okay, I got we give them away, whatever I can wear. But so we're going to get efficient, and there's a lot of things that I'm looking forward to doing on this trip, and the big thing is documenting. all this stuff. How it really affects people, what their attitudes are. Because as we were coming back, the roads were like empty until you got to about central Ohio. West of central Ohio, then it started filling up. Everybody's like, suck it, But it was still, you're on the freeway here. Oh, stay home, arrive alive, COVID-19, we're in it together.
You guys go through any of New York State?
Yeah, by force.
How are the slaves over there in New York? Were anybody
it was
out
night.
the road?
We drove at night. It was kind of, because we didn't have the plates are expired on this, and we did a LLC in Montana, and they didn't get them back COVID-19, so they haven't got them back to us yet. When they finally arrive, and they ship them here, and then we whatever. But we had expired. And the only time we started the trip and we got stopped, I'm back there sleeping, and Derek goes, "Hey, we got pulled over, man." And I'm like, hit the streaming. So boom, all the cameras are on. The guy comes in with his Borg headset. You're being audio and video recorded. I'm thinking, you're being audio and video recorded. And so he just gave him a ticket for not having current registration. He said, "Yeah, and you went through that red light back there." And we're thinking, yeah.
What red light?
Well, that's what, but no, we got it recorded.
Yeah, I was joking. Yeah.
I was like, you sure? You sure you want to play? And it's so maybe you did, maybe you didn't. We didn't check it because we lost a little SD card. It was in a crack. Last night, he goes, "Man, I know I got it up here." I go, "I bet it slipped underneath this wood thing. You had to unscrew something because those little SD cards just go anywhere."
So it's a micro SD, just one of those micro SD cards? Yeah.
Yeah, man, you can lose that. We had to create a little dish for it to go into now because we switch them out every few days.
Like when I'm not in use, I usually just plug them into like the bigger ones, so that way it's easier to keep track of.
Yeah, but this was in the bigger one. It was still just as thin, and it went under the thing. But that's how we found it. I go, if you're sure it's up here, I'll bet it's under this. We just unscrew there. Sure as crap, there it was. Had to get a knife that to pull it out. So we got a tray to do the switch on it because Derek's like, it's kind of here on my desk thing, And what it does is we have 24/7 surveillance on this. And a 64 gig with those 5 cameras, and we got a bunch of cameras, and it records probably about 3-4 days. So we're going, okay, then we'll change the resolution, how far we can, yada, yada, yada. I mean, we're playing with it. But we have
like 1080p or 720p or what type of?
It was at 10. Because we're seeing how much we really need and how clear it is. We're playing with it. We're still doing it. But you just take and you download it onto your gazillion terabyte hard drive of master whatever, and then put it back in. Or we have some that we switch out. So that's one thing. Is going to be surveillance. The man, I'm out there going up against Bill Gates. Somebody's going to visit.
There are those that just want to be left alone, and those that just won't leave them alone. Which one are you? The Ernest Hancock Show.
With Tim Picciott. Okay, let's see if I can get the levels here because I turned this thing
Hey,
on.
What's up? I got it closer to my mouth this time.
There you go. Yeah, we had complaints. They're like, turn Tim up. I go, it was the same. He just came in from outside and he had the microwave. All right, and I'll bring mine. See, even though the levels show me less than you, it comes out louder.
It is like the bane of my existence dealing with OBS audio leveling it is not because it's just whatever reason sucks. Like and Luke's like, well, just keep pressing buttons until it sounds better. I'm like, do you know how many freaking buttons there are?
Right.
Like it just press. I'm like, it could be from the mixer, it could be from here, it could be from the computer.
It's not. For me, it's not. It's the quality, the tone, the pitch of my voice. It's always been like that. It's just I have to use a certain amount of air to make my vocal cords go. But even though it shows the same level up here, it sounds a lot louder. And it's just the range of that. And when I had my pizza restaurant, I had a customer that was a producer at KTAR, and she's getting a pizza, and she's going, your voice is so radio kind of something. She had experience. I don't know radio voice or I'm not that great a voice, but it's a pitch. She understood what it was.
Look what she created. She created a monster.
Well, no, that was before. By then, I'd already been doing talk shows or politics and stuff anyway. And then Charles he has a really nice voice for radio. His rejoinders, that's Charles, and here on the show.
Yep.
But the thing is that when I was on Terran Radio, years I was doing radio stations here, the board ops, they had like mic level, and for everybody else. And then way down here, like 3 inches, it had Ernie, and it was actual, masking tape there with my name on it, or a, some places had that Dymo or whatever, and it was like Ernie. Nobody else had any settings but Ernie, and I'm going, wow. And it's not that I am loud. I mean, but it's perceived as loud. It's not because it's actual decibel loud, because I can see the decibels up there. It's a tone. It's a range. It's a something. And so
I'd be interested. Afterwards, tell me about this audio leveling thing you've got going up here and how all that works. Not right now, obviously.
That's whatever. We'll talk about it. But you're doing a lot of the shows on the finance. You've been talking a lot, and I see you. And we put, Donna's always got your and Luke's stuff up, but it's so much.
We've almost done like 100 almost in the past.
Yeah, really? What the hell? So it seems like Luke is going for volume, man. It's like, he's been demonetized, hasn't he?
100% off of We Are Changed. It's funny, after I came on, like after 2 weeks after me coming on, he 100% demonetized.
Well, he was already kind of
he was already on the you-know-what list. And then Josh, not too far behind
World
him.
Alternative Media, yeah.
Not too far behind him. But, yeah, Luke, they took away ability for super chats, for people donating like $5 a month through YouTube somehow. They took that away.
You're not freaking allowed to make money on because you're not allowed. What did they think was going to happen? That he did alternative funding? Because I know he's got like Patreon stuff. I know guys that donate.
Yeah.
So trying to help him out. But I tell you, this is the victim of the algo. He's like, we got him. We're going to get in kind of the numbers and the counts of the come on. Wow. And it determines what you say about what.
I was always content, having like 30 people listening to my podcast, and mainly from this audience. So thank you for the 30 people out there listening in the beginning. And because I'm like, I'm just going to say what I'm saying and be able to document this ongoing collapse. And then as the collapse started getting more and more prevalent, and then all of a sudden people are like, oh damn, like Tim, like literally. Remember that talk I gave opening up for Adam Kokesh over here? It was like my first probably real like liberty talk. The Trump effect, why good news is bad news. That was basically the game plan for what just happened the past 4 years of the Trump presidency. It was like that, like laid out, like right just like 20 feet over there when I gave that talk.
Yeah, there was a Breakfast Club meeting out here. We used to do them on every first Saturday of the month out here, and it was it's nice. We got a nice area here, and we people come here from Donna make a big
breakfast. March 2017. I said the game plan is going to be that. Relative to Hillary Clinton, Trump is going to provide a lot of optimism. That optimism is then going to lead the stock market going higher. The stock market going higher is going to then give the Federal Reserve no excuse not to cut rates. Then when the rates go up, then that's going to then pop the stock bubble. Then the Fed's going to have to stop everything they're doing and then start bring the rates back down to zero, and then start printing more money. And then that will probably make the stock market go up. It's literally like that is what just happened. Like this has been a bank robbery. This entire past 2 months have been the biggest bank robbery in the history of the world.
Because they can. And they did it before. They did savings and loan. They did it, 9/11. They did it in 2009 or the TARP. And they're doing it again. And they go, worked before.
And it's a test to see what they can get the police to do and what people will pay and what people will put up with, I think, by the police and authorities. Of course. This is all a test for the next time when they have a stronger bioweapon of scare the crap out of everybody, millions of dead, and
we gotta have an alien invasion from Alphason something.
Well, that doesn't even make the news now. So we get apparently there was like UFO videos that they were releasing, and it's not even like a thing.
Yeah, the Navy was releasing. They go, all right, yes, we have had. Here's the video.
Next,
COVID. There's so much stuff like this. You see it on Freedom's Phoenix. I go looking for this kind of crap.
And I've highlighted Freedom's Phoenix on Change the News where I've going to your website and saying, oh, hey, we got this from Freedom's Phoenix. Because it makes doing the show prep, a little bit easier, too. But
damn, Skippy, let me show you something right here for show exactly what you're doing. And I've done for years, and it's always been talk show host. Whenever the site, the biggest...
I didn't even see that one. SEC creates COVID-19
monitoring group. Oh, wow. Of course they did. Okay, so this is what we got here. When you log in, okay, have you ever logged in?
Yeah.
Okay, when you log in, you get options on the site. Here, let me
I logged in on November 16th, 2016, and posted the first ever fake news list to your website. So one of the only things I've ever posted.
Yeah, no, you've been ahead of the game on a lot of stuff, but that's because your focus was not how many clicks you get. You know, you do it on how many clicks you get, then, you know.
But now I just actually today got an email saying that I hit like number 250 in the world for iTunes investing podcasts. Today I got that email.
Woo! See, top story here, episode 377, James Corbett, how Bill Gates monopolized global health. You know, that was one thing, the YouTube thing, they, start censoring, and the reason that they are censoring a lot of guys off, and this is their excuse, because it doesn't comply with World Health Organization standards of our society, whatever the hell.
It's WHOTube. WHO?
Yeah, right.
WHOTube.
No, we came up with that last night.
Okay.
I think it was Derek saying, I'm going, guys, it's got to be Goohoo or, whatever.
I've seen that going around. I didn't make it up.
Yeah, absolutely perfect. It's already taken off. Right on. Because this is the thing I'm going, if they are, we're logged in.
If they can, they will.
Yeah, and because what it means is that because the WHO is part of the UN. So the UN is censoring American media. I go, hello, are we there yet?
The UN set up by Huxley, who is part of the British Eugenics Society.
On and on. Richard Grove, we had him on last week before he left. Man,
can we have him debate Tone Vase again? I mean, that was like the highlight of I think all of the shows.
I feel embarrassed for Tone. I like him. I don't want to embarrass him. But I mean, sometimes
that's one of my favorite shows when you're like, Tone, he's my top Jedi. Don't do this. Are you sure you want to do this? And then Tone's like, well, what do you know about David Rockefeller? He's like, well, in his autobiography, page 97, subparagraph 3.
Okay, now this is what happens. Like, this you want to save this. When you're logged in, down here it says add to favorites. Boom. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, you go add to favorites. And when you do that, you'll go in like the SEC thing that you saw here. Where was that? They created, this one. You go over here and you go add to favorites. So then in your custom module here, you go to favorites. And there they are. They're there for reference. So you could do your show prep just doing this. Oh, man, crap, am I showing? Is that what's going out? Oh, I got to figure this out, man. All right. I'm doing, I got that, and then I go Skype. There, okay. So this is what you do.
You got pirates with buttons.
You go like this. You go remove from favorites, because we already had it there. I go add to favorites. And then over here in the favorites category, when you're a subscriber, you get this custom module. So you have custom lane, all kinds of crap. But you go to favorites, and this is all the reference material stuff that I've saved that I want to do for show prep. And the reason is because there's 70 a day. You lose it. What the hell, man? You go in and you go, oh, I definitely want to talk about that one. So you go add to favorites. I'll read it later. Because if you don't do it, it's like going to Sam's Club. If you don't buy it then, it might not be there later. So it's so that's why we did this decade ago. There's so much power to this, which we're going to be emphasizing more when we're on the road. Next hour, more Tim Picciott, LibertyAdvisor.com. Get into, we'll do the economics, but this social media thing is what's got me interested. We'll be right back.
The FAA has issued a reminder that any plane can crash and kill you. Deputy FAA Administrator Serena Grant.
This year, there will be more flights than ever. Any one of them could blow up in the middle of the sky without warning. That's why we're asking all Americans to tell their families that they love them before taking off.
The agency also released a list of important questions to ask yourself or your seatmate during your flight, including, should the wing be doing that? What is that whirring noise? And do all planes shake this much? They're reminding passengers that even the smallest amount of turbulence could mean you're headed toward a sudden explosive death. While hurtling through the sky at unimaginable speeds in a steel coffin can feel like gambling with your life, the FAA says there are ways to regain the illusion of control.
If you're worried about crashing, why not switch your flight at the last second? It might just save your life. Or kill you, depending on which plane crashes.
And for those who aren't flying this holiday, the FAA has reminded everyone that a plane could fall out of the sky right on top of you at any moment.
This is the Onion News Network.
And now, live from the studios of Freedom's Phoenix, Ernest Hancock.
Believe me when I say we have a difficult time ahead of us. But if we are to be prepared for it, we must first shed our fear of it. I stand here without fear because I remember. I remember that I am here not because of the path that lies before me, but because of the path that lies behind me. I remember that for 100 years we have fought these machines. And after a century of war, I remember that which matters most. We are still here! Today, let us make them remember. We are not afraid!
None of fear, 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 here on Declare. Your independence, me here in Hancock here. Phoenix, Arizona, IA from the Love Bus Studios to be a beautiful. Oh, yeah, take a look.
Oh, man, that is awesome. I didn't even see that right now. That is sweet.
What he's talking about is the control panel and the monitoring, that has the Love Bus lasered into it, backlit and everything. Derek got a big 100-watt laser. That was part of the compensation for doing and we were going to use it for a lot of the stuff.
Freaking laser beams.
Freaking laser beam. This is one thing he did the front logo on the front. That's a laser cut out. He got a laser cutter. Oh, man, he went to town on that, So he knows how to do it because he has one of those K40. I got one in there and give the Bob to do. But this thing, he'll cut that out in 10 minutes, man. 15, boom. There's it. You put in all. Oh, and look at the second switch there. What does it say?
Love?
No, below. Yeah, right there.
Right.
No, next.
Just?
I got my just switch.
Button.
Well, that's a switch, but I go. He goes, "Where do you want it to go?" And I go, "It'll get Donna."
You could make a just button over there in Stream Deck.
Yes, you can. He's showing. Derek. He's not a trainer. He's a doer. I go, "Here, show me." He goes, bah, 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 bah. I go, "That is not training me. Whatever you just did, that's not training me, man."
I will say that one is very, very simple to do, and
it seemed like it, but you got to go into Windows, an app of,
Well, probably the most interesting part of the conversation we've had was off air about all the Judy Mikovits and stuff. That there was some really good that we were just discussing. But yeah, what do you want to get into for this hour? I mean, probably do some economic stuff eventually, or get into. Algorithms.
It's all part of the same thing. See, I'm seeing. I'm going to turn you up. Go ahead and talk.
Turn it up. Is it good?
Yeah, keep it at the same thing for the. They yell at me.
I was giving a drink of coffee because it is early over here.
Test. All right, that shows the same for us, but it just seems that I'm louder. I'll turn myself down a little bit.
We'll get you all amped up on something. So.
Yeah, don't give me too much bulletproof. That's the other thing. See, I got all my stuff. I'm in the kitchen, in the living room, in the bathroom. I'm in. This is it.
Well, I hope you're not in the bathroom right now.
Well, everything's close by.
Got your Depends.
Right.
Which actually in Japan, talking about economics, they sell. This has been going on for a while. They sell more adult diapers than they do children's diapers.
Yeah, that was about 5 years ago. Yeah. I remember that, and it's because of the demographics. And that's one thing you keep going, we got too many people, too many. And then it's some vaccine thing or whatever the hell they've been doing, but the birth rate in America is below replacement. You don't have immigration, we're going to die off. But this from baby boomers to millennial and this next generation coming up, everybody's going to get a McMansion, for $1.95 because there's not going to be anybody to live in them. It's the demographics
or $1 billion, but it'll be the equivalent of $1.95
right.
when we eventually get hyperinflation. But
this demographics is. I remember a good friend.
But deflation is actually more of the because of demographics. You're actually probably going to see more of a deflationary shift in the beginning of this crisis than inflationary. Now it depends what you are inflating or deflating, but
right.
But it's because of the baby boom. The average American spends the most amount of money in their lifetime at age 46. Baby boomers started turning 46 I believe it was around like 1992. So that's right when the Clintons came into office. They were the beneficiaries of having good demographics. Now,
who's the guy that wrote the book on demographics?
Harry Dent.
Yeah, I think that's what my friend Randy. We go golfing.
I've read it. It's the demographic cliff.
Yeah, something like that. Because we were going golfing like I don't know, it's like 5 years ago, and he always, he does well, and lives in Fountain Hills, that kind of thing. And I'm going, all right, Randy, man, tell me what's up.
If anyone's got his contact info, please share it with us, because I would love to talk with him at some point.
What, Dan?
Yeah.
So I'm now, was he Batman guy? Was he Two-Face? I mean, wasn't that Harvey Dent?
Yeah, I'm not big on movies.
So Harry Dent, anyway. So we were going, and he just said, Ernie, blah, 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 demographics. He's going, this. I go, what do you think it's going to? He goes, demographics. I go, why do you think demographics? He goes, all the stuff, all the corruption, all the, it will be driven by the, median age of people of when it's demographics. But get over it, because it's got. What are they going to do? Which is what they were talking about doing in some of these cities. Well, we'll just bulldoze the homes.
We'll just kill everybody over 70, and then we don't have to worry about paying Social Security. So, that's sort of like what the game plan. That's like a gallows humor
Gates.
type.
Well, no, it's not Gallows. Gates is up there saying that.
Yeah,
he's going. Look, man, we got. I know we're not supposed to say, and it's death panel and everything, but we shouldn't. If you're over a certain age, we don't save you, and no resuscitation of life sucks.
He goes, well, think about it this way. We spent X amount of dollars the last 8 months of life, and what if we could hire 10 teachers instead of saving grandma? I mean, it was something like that.
Well, I don't think you should be doing anything. I don't need the government to do nothing. I mean, it's a.
Why don't you go pay for it then? You're one of the
right.
Pay.
I don't need you guys to do it. I don't want them. But what they do is they say, we are not going to allow you to take care of yourself. You're not allowed to have antibiotics. You're not allowed to have morphine at home. You're not allowed to, set your own bone. You're not allowed to go to Fred and for chickens and do brain surgery. You're not allowed. We got to do it, and then we don't decide we don't want to do it.
Now Harvard is saying it's authoritarian to try to homeschool your kids. There's a Harvard professor who said it's authoritarian to homeschool your kids. So I don't know if you saw
As
that.
opposed to what? Them doing it? What do you call that? These guys are messed up. I think people have been. They appealed to our. Least amount of pain, most amount of pleasure. We're like, well, it's convenient. We'll go on Facebook. We'll get the windows because it's easier. We'll send our kid to the public schools. We'll this and that because it's convenient. And then they got you and you're screwed.
We'll do the pandemic after the Super Bowl because at least we'll give the slaves their bread and circus for a little bit, and then we'll cut the rug out. So.
You get to go to the football game if you got your card. You got your card.
I've actually never been to a Cardinals game. I didn't even think of what the team was over here, which is.
I know we were driving by it when going out to Bob's, and Derek goes, "Cardinals are in Arizona." Yeah, the Cardinals. They always been here. They've been all looking here.
Well, then I'm from upstate New York, so it's like it's sort of good I didn't pay attention to football because otherwise I'd be a Bills fan. So. Now I was an Eagles fan for a while, but then I had a run-in with Donovan McNabb, who was like my childhood idol, and he was a complete dick to me. So
you wouldn't sign your thing without
no, I didn't. No, I just asked.
Or something?
No, I asked to take a quick picture. I'm like, hey man, like my cousins, like I'm born and raised in Syracuse. I was in elementary school when you were, the man, and I then followed the Eagles because of you. My cousin's on the team right now as a walk-on from Syracuse, and he's like a co-captain type deal too, and. You mind if I get a quick picture with you? This is it was Cinco de Mayo, actually, probably 4 or 5 years ago. And so, meanwhile, it's like him and like maybe 5 or 6 like other 6'8" black dudes who are in a Mexican bar on Cinco de Mayo. He's dressed like a highlighter. I mean, like literally head to toe like a fire hydrant. He looks like a walking fire hydrant. Like it's the most ridiculous outfit. Like screaming like look at me, attention. And so it's not like he's trying to blend in by any means. And so nobody was really around him. He wasn't being mobbed. Nobody cared. But I recognized him. And he's like, nah, man, I give you a picture. I give everybody a picture. And I also threw out I've got one NFL player's jersey, and it's yours, which was a true story, which I think I gave it to Dr. Frank because he being from Philly. And so, so I haven't – basically I've probably watched – in the last 4 or 5 years, maybe cumulatively 3 hours of football, maybe. I've gone to a game and it basically didn't. I was just shooting the breeze.
It's all about impression. They leave a bad taste. It's done. Now you go. Never mind.
Next.
I got something else. I got kids. Next.
I gotta go change the world and hate on Bill Gates or something. So
hate on. Yeah, it's interesting how this. Well, Dr. Judy's getting hers now. I mean, we chose wisely on that one. I knew this was coming. She's reveling.
From the 6th letter of Captain Mark.
It's sort of amazing
A pirate's life is characterized by voluntary interactions. Unfortunately, the Crown presses everyone into involuntary servitude. Landlubbers believe slavery was abolished years ago, but the Crown still claims to own us when it crimps us into service against our will. Given sufficient ambition, it would gladly draft thousands of hapless victims to kill or be killed. It's simply slavery by another name. Landlubbers are routinely commanded to serve the so-called justice system in jury duty. But before you swell with civic pride, consider that how you feel is irrelevant to the Crown. You will appear as ordered or face punitive measures. The Crown insists that you participate in your own oppression. A jury summons provides pirates with a unique opportunity to obstruct injustices. A juror can vote not guilty, even if it's proven the law was violated. A juror can acquit for any reason at all, and not even a judge can reverse that verdict. Receiving a jury summons is basically winning the sedition lottery. But if you reveal that you know this during jury selection, you'll probably be dismissed. If the Crown foolishly crimps a pirate into jury duty, it behooves the pirate to conceal their intention to nullify unjust laws. If a master takes 100% of your labor, it's called slavery. But if they only take 50%, they call it taxation, a difference of degree, not of kind. Whether the Crown claims a fortune or a cent is irrelevant. Most of all, a slave owner desires contented slaves, meaning thoughtless ones that accept their bondage. These house slaves see no contradiction in being drafted in a war to end slavery or summoned to a jury to prosecute tax evasion. An ideal slave knows no higher call than the master's will. The Crown's highest ambition is that its slaves revere the authority that subjugates them. But the Crown does not own me. I will not surrender my time and treasure to the Crown's ambitions. Join the conversation at pirateswithoutborders.com.
To be a part of the show, call 602-264-2800. 602-264-2800. And now, Ernest Hancock.
And Tim Picciott, Liberty Advisor, yakking it up. This is one thing I want to get into. All this was kind of predicated on, COVID-19 did it. That was it did it. The crash was it did it. And before even this COVID thing was coming, we knew the inevitable crash. It was going to happen no matter what. It was in search of an excuse. Is that what happened? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I would highly recommend anyone checks out my presentation from Anarchapulco this year. It was February 11th, and one of the central tenets I was talking about was the corporate debt market and how about half of the corporate debt was one notch away from junk. And historically, you're going to get between like 26 and 40% of those bonds are going to go from triple B to double B. So it's going to go from investment grade to junk. And the other thing I was mentioning during the talk was, well, now because of exchange-traded funds, ETFs, index funds, basically what that means is instead of going out and buying this individual bond or buying this individual stock, people are just willy-nilly just throwing it into all the investment-grade bonds or all the junk bonds or this sector or that sector. And so part of the whole thesis was, well, because of the prevalence of ETFs now versus 2008, which 2008 it was a very, very small percentage of the market. I don't have the stats, probably like 10% of the market. Today it's probably well over half, probably 90% of the new money is, and I'm just making up those stats going into these ETF products. But that helps on the way up, but it also is going to exacerbate it on the way down, because now if you go from investment grade to junk, now if you are an investment grade fund, you are forced to sell. When you're forced to sell, that's going to force more selling, and then it's going to cause a freaking avalanche. And then now what the Fed did is they came in and started buying investment grade bonds, and then now they are started even buying junk bonds. And then they're not even buying the individual bonds for the companies. They're actually taking the freaking ETFs and buying the ETFs from the bonds. And then so BlackRock is one of the large. It's funny. I actually have a BlackRock lanyard. That's actually my card that I was going to wear as a joke. And so with BlackRock, they are one of the ones who have like one of the biggest junk bond funds in the world. They're the largest asset manager in the world. And so, I mean, one of the main guys, like their CEO, I believe it's Larry Fink, was one of the guys who helped create like the mortgage-backed security market. I forgot what year that was, but in essence, these guys speculated, made money all the way up. Then when we got way too risky, way too over-leveraged, the richest asset manager in the world. Oh, guess what? Now we get to dump our crap to the Federal Reserve. Oh, and by the way, we're the one who are the middleman, and we get a commission for selling our own BS back to the Federal Reserve.
Whoa! All right.
At 100 cents on the dollar.
Yeah. Okay. I want to
Where's the guillotines?
When you had toxic assets, they called the toxic assets back in 2009 and so on. What they did is they fed, the Henry Paulson and you will and signed here, or your
one
brain,
Goldman Sachs guy to another Goldman Sachs guy.
Your brains or your signature is going to be on the document kind of thing. Well, what they did is they go, we need to unload all this bad debt that we accumulated, all this subprime, all this crap that we knew in auto loans, student loans, whatever. So the Fed goes, we'll buy them, as collateral kind of thing, like this repo market and stuff, whatever excuse they come up with, that now it's on the Fed's balance sheet. All this stuff that was never supposed to happen, not gonna. We got kinds of tools, and Powell's going, we got tools, and you need to use more tools, says Trump, and give me some tools. Well, one of those tools is, tools of fools. So that's a good one. You do that. What they did is they go, anything that you have as an asset, we will take it and give you dollar for dollar on it, even though it's worth less, to the point it's worthless, okay? So it would be, 40%, 10%, whatever the plummet's going to happen, we'll take it at the Fed and not the companies or the banks. So they take this stuff. Well, what does that mean? Well, they're like, man, we got all kinds of crap that we did. We'll take some high risk, whatever, maybe make some money. If we don't, the Fed will buy it. So they are just transferring, socializing all of the risk. So what does that mean? They'll do some kind of weird, crazy, risky piece of crap thing one month, and if it doesn't work out, they'll sell it to them and get commission for selling it to the Fed. And this, I'm going, wow, bank robbery, big, giant bank robbery. And Trump allowing, encouraging, wanting this to happen, needs to go to jail just for this.
I see all these retards like, oh, well, if they start making me wear a mask, I'm going to wear a 2020 MAGA mask. I'm like, what's this, to show you're an idiot? I mean, what do you mean MAGA? We just had the biggest bank robbery ever, but, it was a, Republican.
But I got
there.
Donald Trump on my welfare check.
But Q is going to, start frog marching everybody any day now. So, and here, meanwhile, there's a picture of me, the night he was elected at your house with a Hillary for president, Trump, Pence. So I was the biggest Trump supporter around, besides maybe Frank. But I immediately started seeing this BS that he was doing. I mean, it was the day he picked Jerome Powell was the day that I knew that he was not serious, that he was too effing stupid to be president.
Goldman Sachs doing Goldman Sachs stuff for the plumbing. All goes to Goldman Sachs.
He wasn't Goldman Sachs. That was the other guy in there, Mnuchin. There's a ton of Goldman Sachs guys.
No, Powell was. We went over it before. I can't remember.
He was either private equity or hedge fund. Venture capital.
They, them,
world.
those, whatever.
He's worth like $40 million. But it's not that people worth a lot of money are bad. But how you get your money. And that he is a they, them, those guy, and always was already working at the Fed, and he had some good choices to pick. He actually had one really good choice. He had there was a bank CEO who was like an end the Fed guy, allegedly.
Yeah, what do you think is controlling Trump more than anything else? What he just wants high stock numbers, get reelected, save the planet from endangered fish. I mean, what is his thing?
How everything is going, is that like a blowfish or something? Because this whole thing sucks what's going on now. But I think that he wants to do good things, that he wants to save the country, and he was in there with very tough choices in the beginning to either say what needed to be said, assuming he's smart enough to know what needed to be said in terms of, Dr. Ron Paul type and the Fed type message. But if he went in there and said that, then he'd either probably get a bullet to the head, or he'd end up, maybe catching coronavirus or something. If he said what needed to be said, everything would tank, and he'd get the blame. But guess what?
So
everything's going to tank anyways. He's already getting the blame, and all we are now is, even more screwed than we were to begin with. And now he's, turned people against the Fed, but it's because the Fed didn't keep rates low enough, and they didn't do all the same crap they were doing underneath Janet Yellen. And so really, he is enabled, whether it was on purpose or an accident or because he's an idiot or because he's a reality TV star. He wants people to like him, but what, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. And so I think he's kind of trapped, like, first I was calling BS on COVID, but now that it's but now I got
politically correct, and I need the numbers of the polls have said something.
He is so screwed. And I'm probably the first guy in the country who was first predicting Trump would win, and then within 40 days of his presidency predicting that he would lose. I mean, show me the other person out there who jumped off that.
Biden's going to beat him, man. He's the man. He's got it going on.
Assuming it's going to be Biden, but
this is Hillary is sitting there chomping at the bit. She ain't never going away.
Or Cuomo, she's like herpes, just won't go away. It keeps coming back.
No. Are
you directing that COVID cough?
Hillary.
Directing that COVID cough right at me, dude.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Because give me some COVID.
Turn right at me.
Give me some COVID. The
bank robbery. Trump 2020 bankrobbery.com. I don't know. So,
yeah, it's probably out there.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, let's see.
And now, live from the studios of Freedom's Phoenix, Ernest Hancock.
And temperature. LibertyAdvisor.com.
And you need a new rejoiner too to be like live from the Love Bus studios.
Yeah, no, I need. I gotta do. I got to finish. You're sitting here cleaning my fingernails all the time. I got grease on me all the time.
I got people telling me you should be doing this. You should be doing this. I'm like, listen, dude.
I got a stack of you shoulds.
I've got more you shoulds than probably than I mean, you and I are. Yeah,
well, what I did is when I was county chairman of Libertarian Party, everybody's always doing the you should thing, and I go. So we had in the bylaws that I could make somebody a committee chair of whatever that. I go, and what committee chair you're the head of? You need on your business card what? You're the chairman of you should whatever the hell it was.
Is that right next to your just switch?
Absolutely. No, I did it. Absolutely. I go here. Your title. Here's your shiny badge. You're in charge of the whatever you just should. You should. And now you should. What are we gonna do about it? Well, I'm the engineer. I'm the thinker, man. I'm not the doer. I got plenty of people with you shoulds. I got a stack of you shoulds.
You and Luke should just have like this big debate where you guys prepare for like 4 days straight and doing this and that. I'm like, dude, I don't have time to prepare 4 days straight. I go poke the articles, commenting on it in real time. Like, I don't have time to go. Then they're like, oh, and you should go and do this. And I'm like, yeah, right, I should do it, but we're in the middle of a war right now.
Yeah, this is one thing I gotta say this about. Luke and I had a text discussion, probably a month ago, and he was trying to convince me, yeah, man, this code, man, you gotta really get on board with it. I go, no. I go, who am I talking to? Aren't you Mr. 9/11? I don't believe the government guy, and you're jumping right in. What? I go, what happened? And I tell you what, I can see what it is. Those that spend all their time on Facebook, if you get, what you reward and what you punish, you get more what you reward, less of what you punish. And the way the algorithms and the comments and the robot comments of the, Fred's really AI at the NSA, whatever the hell they're doing, they are warping people's minds. The more they're on social media, the more they're jacked up. They're because of positive reinforcement. It's like rats getting their little dopamine.
It's like, oh, you can't say this because the one guy that trolls our video, like literally there's people that comment on every single video that we do. And if it's AI, it's super advanced because in terms of like knowing exactly what we're saying.
And they're paid.
Yeah, it's paid opposition. And they're like, oh, we can't do this because, there's 3 guys in the comment section bitching about this. I'm like, oh,
don't care.
Yeah,
that's why Ernie, you got to go with it. No, I don't, because I already see what's going on. I saw it in 10. It was after the 08 election cycle. And I was surprised we got away with what we did during the Revolution. They were just mapping out pirate networks. They were getting ready. So in 10, they could see, and I could see when they, of course, Google buys up YouTube and Facebook bought up everything else, and they're all buying up.
Still to suck in all the boomers, too, because the boomers weren't really on Facebook until, probably more like 14, 15, 16. So it was really the 16 election was, if we had that same momentum in 16, if we had that in 12, in terms of everything that was going on and where the internet was, it would be Ron Paul as president. It's just, unfortunately, there was that window. And, all the meme warriors and people out there like me out there in 2016.
Oh, no, they were doing their best to suppress whatever Ron was doing. They're doing the same kind of crap. They just didn't have the infrastructure in place yet.
And we didn't have press a button and go and live stream in 2012. I mean, maybe you did, but, 99% of just amateur people out there didn't have the ability to do that.
Yeah, see, my thing was I was trying to inspire other people. I got other stuff to do. I was more street activist, and then, of course, Freedom's Phoenix and archiving. I go, nobody's reading 70 articles a day. My thing was for what's now, for the IPFS. You want to go, it's gone. James Corbett did this just a few days ago. He goes, Here's an assignment. There's about those doctors in California, and they banned on YouTube and did whatever. And I read a Vice article. They go, the mistake is not, was not that they banned them, because they banned them. They did Streisand effect. It went viral because they banned them. Vice is going, the mistake was, and I got this sent to all my conservative family and friends going, see, and then he goes, that wasn't the mistake. The mistake was they allowed it to be on in the first place. They need to be pre-banned. I mean, I'm going, wow, I put that story up. People go, why do you put that story up? Because that's how they think. Don't you want to know what this is how they think. They got to do pre-ban. This is the algorithm's kind of your pre-ban. You're not allowed. And it always, so what Corbett did, he goes, here's the test. You need to go and see if you can find the video. Anywhere on, it's kind of reposted here and there. They'll keep taking it down. Go find the video. Tell people how you found the video. Save the video. That's what's going on. The IPFS area, Ernie, you kind of crazy right up until I'm not.
Well, somebody send that link to me when you find it, because I'm so pissed because I took probably 20 screenshots of the exact time frame of what they're saying that was important. So I wanted to go back later and do a full video on it. But then Luke and Josh both oh well, you can't play too much because then it's gonna be copyright and they're gonna take our video down.
Stop. God, I'm
like, well, fine. Let's put it on a private BitChute thing of or IPFS, and then direct people there from the other thing.
Yeah, I know that's what Corbett's doing. That's what we're doing. It's you go, yeah, but you don't get the algorithm. You don't get approval from the robot. I Luke and Josh and these guys. It's because
I'm very appreciative of the opportunity they've given me. So I do want to get that out there, that they've both helped explode the awareness of what the message I'm trying to reach out there. So I'm very appreciative of that.
Yeah, this week. And they're not making any money. They bring you on because you have popular stuff. It's increased their
it's also
for them.
It's
they're
also
probably
because
thanking you. But the thing is that to them, why would they do that? Because they knew this was going to be important. They knew that you'd be an add to it. They knew that it would increase their clicks and donations. Again, it's gone. I go, yeah. What'd you think was going to happen? Quit. I go to all right, Luke. This is to Luke. Luke Radowski, Josh, you guys, we've had this conversation talking. I'm telling you publicly. Everybody listen to this. This is what Ernie says to Luke, all right? Where's my host button? There you go.
Yeah, you did that.
This is it, all right? This is it. I go, quit being so dependent on this algorithm, kind of what YouTube's got. Yeah, I feel that wire earlier. God dang it. Put this over here.
It's falling.
Yeah, take care of this wire. Damn it. There. This is the thing. Quit worrying about approval. Quit worrying about clicks. Quit worrying about how much money you're going to make based on traffic. Quit. Tell the truth. Do what you did. That's what built it to begin with. You got brainwashed by this. I could see it coming in the whole entire Liberty community. It's like, yeah, but I got to have approval voting of my click or something, comment, whatever. I'm like, wow. And if that's all it takes, that's how they'll do it. They'll go, you think I haven't seen it? I look, my Alexa rating, there's an Alexa rating. It's for what they do, relevancy in what category you're in so that you get the search engines, the whatever. That's the only thing I don't even look at traffic. I don't care. I just want to see how they're rating the traffic. What are they? And I see it happen. We shoot up. When all this banning and everything, we tripled in traffic. Okay? I look enough to know what the big numbers are. But anyway, I tripled in traffic. I don't care about in which article. I don't care. But boom, all of a sudden I'm going, wow, that won't last very long. Sure enough, Alexa, bam, they shoot it, push it down as we're going up. Because when it's starting to go, they go, damn, we got to change something. And then I can see they screw up and they do some algorithm with somebody else, or somebody back in the room did, and all of a sudden, boom, we'll shoot up again. And then, oh, damn it. And then they take a hammer and they beat it down. And when I see that, I don't get mad or sad, or I just smile. I go, man, we must be over the target. So I'm looking at it totally differently than you guys are. You're looking for the approval of they, them, those that you're up against their AI, against whatever, and the guys in the comment that's a troll from Payton, in China, Russia, of a robot, of AI, of what. Who cares? Stop. Tell the truth. That's what it was all about. We are changed. Truth media, blah, blah, blah. Do the, whatever. Just do it. And who do I like more than anybody else? James Corbett, True Stream Media. These guys don't care. They go, of course they're going to do this stuff. And I'm going, where are you going to go? Well, that's what we created. The IPFS thing, you guys make fun of me a couple years ago. You go, Ernie, here he comes. Now take another shot of whiskey. He's going to say IPFS. Damn freaking straight I am, because where the hell are you going? Well, we're trying.
Nowhere, because we're too drunk now.
So you've signed the Shire Society deck.
Yeah, that's one. I just want to. I'm like, I'm not pulling any punches. I quit. Quit being pussies, man. You're so. Yeah, but we got. No, you don't really believe. You don't even know what you believe. You're just doing it because it clicks or something.
Well, part of it is because at least with Josh is his big concern is how do I pay rent next week?
Fine, say that. Give me money.
And he does say,
but don't sit there and serve the freaking AI.
But the thing is, what will make you more money?
Zog.
What will make you more money in the long term versus what will make you more money right now are competing conflicts. And so, I get it, and it drives me.
Just kids.
From a
they don't understand.
From a business planning perspective, it sort of drives me nuts because I'm like, well, the real opportunity is doing X, Y, Z, but there's focus on, well, we need the YouTube revenue, even though Luke's not getting YouTube revenue. So now the new
and you're not going to neither.
And so now we've got change. So for people who are out there, maybe this is probably the only second time I've been on since we started this, but we started to change the news channel, and probably should say it for the real show, but to change the news channel. So we've gotten a little over 10,000 subscribers in this very short time span, and it's crazy that we get about as many views almost as what Josh will get, even though Josh has 140,000 subscribers.
Of course.
Because
2 years ago, Christmas ago, Josh was here. He had just hit his 100,000. He's going, woohoo! I hit my 100,000. I'm going to be 100,000. I'm going to go right. I go, and now you're screwed. By that February at Acapulco, yeah. Tell me how proud you are now.
And that's why I didn't talk to me for 6 months, because he's like, oh damn it, you told me to go stay with Ernie. No, that's right. I didn't know what I was getting myself into.
What? Am I going to get what? Some street cred, or you're right, or yeah, we should do. No, they're going to do what they're going to do because it's just like, yeah, old Gray, you don't know what's up. He's not with it, man. You got to be with it. And I'm like, how's that working out? While you guys are doing all that and worried about that, I was, trying to cover my nut, making sure that, that found people in support of the idea and the concept. And a lot of these people still, support you guys. I direct. I go, yeah, they're doing good work, go a little something, something. But if you guys start becoming victims of the algo and you're not, and you're looking for approval of AI, and I'm not even going to have to say anything to them. They're going to see it. They're going to know. And then who's going to be supporting you? Then you're going to be a bitch of Google? God, what did you think was going to happen? What were you thinking? Corbett, that's why we did IPFS. We really worked heavy in pushing the crap out of James Corbett because he saw it. He knew.
Yeah, him and Dan Dix, I feel like, are the two that are at the forefront of doing this. In terms of like a big scale. Obviously, you're like the godfather of sort of all this.
I didn't do it for a lot of people. I get criticized. They go, Ernie, you should take advantage of and be in part of and do the YouTube and how to get off YouTube or whatever the hell it was. I go, I got a plan, man. I know what my plan is. The plan is to be able to document all this so we can understand what happened, kind of like True Stream Media, kind of like James Corbett, but in a little bit different, we're on the street activist of influence and general public opinion thing. So but I could see it coming. That's why we wanted to do this. It was October that we kind of started talking about doing this. And then it kind of came together in December and people support kind of, boom, here we go. And they go, Ernie, you picked the worst time. And I go, I picked the best time. This is where the rubber meets the road.
And I flipped from thinking that in late February, early March, to then flipping like, wow, this is actually the most important time in the history of the world to be talking about the vaccines now, which that flipped really quickly because they're making their move right now. This is, and Rahm Emanuel, never let a good crisis go to waste. His brother Ezekiel Emanuel actually is the one that said, oh, we shouldn't give like any healthcare resources to people over the age of 75 because, yeah, you've lived a good life. And meanwhile, he was like 73 and a half when he was saying this.
It's the Ernest Hancock Show. Where we're going, there aren't any roads.
All roads lead to serfdom. You let it. I'm not sorry. I've been nice as possible to these guys and try and help and do what I can and promote and and whatever. But when it gets to the point that every decision is based on how many clicks they're going to get and what robot's going to give them approval of something, I'm like, no, they're not doing anything for me or your audience or the people. What are you doing? You're leading them down the path of whatever.
They are getting lots of hardcore info out there. I mean, I don't want to minimize that. So I mean, there is a lot of
I tell you what it's like. It's just like it's like with Dr. Judy Mikovits thing. I don't want to put it. It's exactly what happened with Del Bigtree when he was producer of The Doctors. Whenever he wanted to have some vaccine kind of, nope, censored. You can't have that. And you're sure as hell not talking about that. Big Pharma controls that. The WHO determines what is censored in America media. The WHO, from the WHO, the World Health Organization, Bill Gates, is what determines what goes on. The WHO. And I'm going, are you freaking kidding me? And you're buying into this, and I'm supposed to somehow feel better? What else are you doing? What else are you not telling me? What else the positions are you taking by the incentive of the clicks of the algos of how much demonetizes the money of the platform? How much? What else?
We probably need to turn you down again after this.
What else?
Keep going.
Well, I want to make sure they hear it without the microphone. Anyway, so
your neighbors down the road.
I'm going, what else? Where's the line? Donna, turn the air conditioning back on, please. I go, what else? This is neon flashing example of exactly what I've been talking about. Exactly. This is how you are controlled. It's what they reward and what they punish. How much are they able to control what you say, and more importantly, what you don't say?
The high-tech Pavlovian system.
It's whatever is not covered. It's not what they print. We knew this as activists dealing with the media. It wasn't what you printed. It's what you didn't print.
And now they're printing that there's freaking UFOs, so what the hell are they hiding now? So
check your six.
Yeah.
What do I say? Whenever they do this kind of stuff, I go, check your six. Look behind you. I'm like, what the hell's coming now? They're doing, here we go. We got big, giant COVID. All of a sudden, boom, trillions of dollars went away. For COVID, they're going to get in research. Hell, they're not even going to get anything for 18 months. And that's going to be for something that's already mutated and not going to matter anyway.
And isn't there something? Now I'm layman of second grade level on this stuff, but isn't there something to do with like RNAs that are changing your DNA of something with the new types of vaccines?
Well, this is where the XMN whatever that Dr. Judy keeps going on about. It's Mises pieces. I go, say that. You get that on an interview, national, you start saying, you go, well, they do Mises pieces. It's just little mouse, baby parts.
I don't know what that means either. I'm thinking Ludwig von Mises.
No. Mice.
Okay.
They take and they put mice in a blender. They take the cells from that, or when they're alive, and they inject them with whatever, and then they take, that's what they call it, zoonosis, from the zoo. They take all that. It's how you get AIDS from simian, how you get this bird flu from whatever, how you get, and they inject it with RNA, which is not the double helix. It's a single one that goes into your cell, uses it, reads it, takes it, goes and inserts itself into your DNA to start replicating it, turns you into a chimera. It makes you into something else. And, they'll tune out your, turn off this gene. You won't be so bravehearty. You'll be a little bit more docile. You'll get, sick on this. Big Pharma, you're going to got an allergy.
Interact with the fluoride better to make you even more docile and mess your pineal gland.
They're changing us. That's a big thing. And I don't even care. That's not even the point. It's you're going to make me take some notion and potion for my kids, and my grandkids.
While they're taking notes of who can't be changed so they can come and kill us and then say it's COVID. Oh, Ernie's died with a bullet in his head and
you
COVID.
You can't fly. You got your card? Did you get vaccinated?
Oh, the mother effers. I finally caved and got my TSA after basically because of James Corbett. I was always opting out, probably going back to 2011.
I've never been through a scanner.
Yeah, opting out forever. And then I finally decided to cave. February freaking 19th is when I had my my global entry like thing that was scheduled, and so coming back from Acapulco, I was wearing a mask just to be kind of a jerk. Remember coming on your show, I'm like, oh, we shouldn't say that because you're wearing a mask, and now it's like that's just a common thing. But I was wearing a mask to be a dick to TSA in my global entry interview, and I actually have that on tape, but I didn't know the legalities of me putting that out there.
Whatever.
So whatever. So anyways, with So yeah, I finally cracked, and now no one's flying, and there probably are no lines, and I wouldn't need that go through all the BS. So I just wanted to have it in case I was planning on going to all these conferences and speaking more and being out there in the public more, and now all that's gone to hell. So I figures I finally cave and get pre-check right as nobody freaking needs it anymore.
There's no lines.
Yeah.
I'm no lines. It's no planes, but there's no lines,
Now I've got my plane ticket to. I didn't want to take the Love Bus with you and Donna to the Libertarian Convention. Now that's not going on. So,
I got called. Did you get called by the LNC rep?
I don't know. I'm getting
regional
messages.
rep. He calls you, Ernie. We really want. What do you think about? I think you guys need to lead. I think you guys need to man up. We'll man up. Whatever. Show some guts. I think you need to. Just go. Well. We need social distancing for the older members. I go, shut up, stop, just stop. I don't want to talk to you guys. You guys do your meeting. You decide. You let me know, and I'll decide if I want to go. You guys suck. Because they're going to do some online voting, electronic, some BS. They're not going to lead.
I saw it was Michael Heiss. Maybe you should get him back on too. I saw Michael Heiss was posting something in some new LNC bylaw of something where they're saying that one of the potential options is the LNC can get together and just pick who the nominee is going to be, a.k.a. Justin Amash. And so basically Nick Sarwark will have the veto power of being like, oh, yeah, we decide that we rule and we want Amash, Mr. Republican Light, or maybe even Socialist Light. Let's just make fun of Trump. So
Judge Gray. They want somebody that's not. They sure as hell don't want Adam Kokesh just calling BS on the whole thing.
Which now, who's he running with now?
McAfee.
Yeah.
Live and let live, which is
Chris Rice. This guy Chris Rice Crypto interviewed him, and it was basically like it was sort of funny because they basically overtook his show and made it into a board meeting between McAfee and Kokesh. It was the funniest thing to watch, and it's.
Well, then they have, and then of course Jacob Hornberger, Future Freedom Foundation. Bumper is, I think Bumper. I think that's why it's a transition into more. Just screw it all, kind of get one last chance.
Well, at least Amash will give more, maybe more exposure to people like Bumper because now that there'll be more because I think
Amash's system. He's Coke. Because Coke has been running the Libertarian Party since forever.
He's there to bring down Donald Trump, is what he is. His role in this whole
that's
deal.
What Coke's role is.
Yeah,
Coke Industries. They don't like Donald because he doesn't play right. This is. They just use the Liberty community to fund them getting their interest to Congress if I get more energy subsidy or something. Coke is just, they use the Liberty. I'll say it right. Coke, we'll get online. The Coketopus, Coke Industries, Coke, Cato, Goldwater, Coke, whatever the hell, uses the Liberty message in the Liberty community to be kingmakers to get what they want in Congress so that they get their goodies the way they want. Be it the TARP, be it this subsidy crap, they're going to get theirs. I guarantee it. So I'm not a big fan of these guys. What are they going to do? Pay me? I mean, what? No. This is all a game, and Amash represents that interest. Bumper Hornberger, Jacob Hornberger, he's the Ron Paul crowd. That's what's going on in this thing. Adam Kokesh, screw it, anarchist with just disillusionment of and bankruptcy and never mind crowd, which is going to have a lot more appeal as time goes on. But no, Bumper Hornberger, that's it. I'm going to get my bumper sticker. Big bumper sticker on the back of the bus.
I was the one that came up with that. Yeah, the bumper sticker.
Of course you did. Yeah. I'm looking forward to going. I was looking, and I knew they were going to do this. They're going to wimp out. And the hotel, where do you think we should? I don't know. Get a field. Have a private venue that's closed and they're not, they'd love to make the bank and tell the man to screw it. I would love to see the Sheriff's Department and the Police Department and the National Guard and the Federal Marshals and everybody invade the Libertarian National Convention at the private venue of the blah, blah, blah.
That'd be more free.
That would be awesome.
That'd be more free advertising than
that would be awesome. But you guys are too big of pussies to do it, to even consider it, to talk about it, to bring it up. I'm done. You guys, I'm sick of this. I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud? And because Nick Sarwark, he's not gonna, he's gonna do whatever the hell he's told by whoever, whatever, So I'm no.
By Stratford.
That's not going to be the solution. It's going to be individuals and individual families and lone wolf of mama bear, papa bear taking care of their own family, not waiting for somebody to protect them, wearing their own gun, taking their kid hiking in the desert. You know what? You know how you end the lockdown? You ignore it. I don't want to reform government. I just want to ignore them. Go pirate. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. That's what's going to happen. And we're going to document it across the country. And bring them all, get on videotape.